action on CPI Sports, brought to you by Wooster United Methodist Church, Nagy's Collision Specialist, Wayne Health, Hallmark Carpeting, Wayne Lanes, Expert Tees, Nancy's Draperies, Central Christian Church, Sign Design, Jake's Restaurant, Sam and Stan's Army Navy Store, Curly's Body Shop, Martin Interiors, and J. Michael and Associates Insurance.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to John P. Papp Stadium here on the College of Wooster's campus, where this afternoon the Fighting Scots will be taking on the Wittenberg Tigers. John Hevlin down on the field with head coach Mike Schmitz. And, Coach, when we say Wooster Fighting Scots, Wittenberg Tigers, do we need to say anything more?
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's, this is a game that obviously we have circled on the schedule from the very beginning, and since it's week 10 of the regular season, it makes it even more special.
And, Coach, it's funny to hear people talking about the fact that the Tigers could pull an upset win today. They could play the spoilers, but in a sense, that's what it could be. I mean, obviously, you want an 8-2 season, but more than that would be a possibility, an outside possibility, but nevertheless a possibility at a postseason bid.
Yeah, it's about 3 weeks ago there, John, after the Wabash game, we talked about it, and it's just about us putting ourselves in position to be the best we can be, and the best we could be at that point is 8-2. And so we have that opportunity today. We know that we've got to take care of business or nothing else matters. So it's just about us in this game today, one game, putting it all on the line, and it's exciting. It's fun.
Well, Coach, it's kind of interesting, too. Today we're going out in somewhat of a muddy field, knowing that this is the last time you will play on natural grass, that the Board of Trustees have approved an artificial turf field. So it's kind of interesting that maybe it's kind of playing into the whole scenario.
Yeah, that's right. It's, a lot of history, obviously, on this grass, and a lot of guys through the years who've pulled that jersey over their head for the Scots. And we're really, really respectful of tradition. And so it makes this game in this venue today even more special.
Well, certainly you have a lot of seniors that at least will be playing their last regular season game as a Scot, and that's got to be special as well.
Well, it sure is. It's, anytime that you get a bunch of guys to make a 4-year commitment to a program, that is really worthy of respect. In this day and age, there seems to be less and less commitment all the time. And the blood, the sweat, the tears that these guys have committed to this program can't be overstated.
Coach, the keys to Scott's victory this afternoon.
Well, I don't know. It's going to sound like a broken record, I suppose, John. But, offensively, you got to protect the ball. Right. In slick field and all this stuff, you got to protect the football. You got to be efficient with possessions. They got to conclude in touchdowns. Defensively, you got to be real solid. It may be a game where there's a lot of running of the football, and so you got to be stout against the run, and then field position and changing it with special teams is going to be have a major impact on the game, I think.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time before the game today to talk with us. Best of luck to you and the Scots this afternoon.
I appreciate it, John.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
There you have it. Coach Schmitz sharing with us his thoughts on this afternoon's ball game. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Wooster United Methodist Church invites all.
Invites all to glorify God.
To glorify God through discipleship.
Through discipleship in an active Christian community.
In an active Christian community.
Come join us this week as we worship, learn, and grow together at Wooster United Methodist Church, corner North Market and Larwell in downtown Wooster.
Wayne Health Services is the right choice for home medical equipment and supplies. The other reason we are the right choice is our people. Wayne Health Services has licensed practical nurses, registered respiratory therapists, and experienced, helpful technicians who are friendly and courteous. You can expect prompt, efficient patient care from Wayne Health, including 24/7 emergency service. Wayne Health Services and Supplies, specializing in healthcare products and services to help aid recovery.
Why did you choose Hallmark carpet?
Why? Because they have a great selection. But when they came to install my new carpet, they moved the furniture out of the room, they took away all the old flooring, and they did a great job of installing the new carpet. They even put the furniture back.
Wow.
In fact, Halmar's here doing our kitchen flooring right now. They even took the appliances out, and when they're done, Halmar will put them back.
Hallmark carpet sounds great. Do they do dishes too?
Halmar Carpeting in Marshallville.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, sweetie.
Check this out. Chicken wings. I love you.
Remember Nagy's for all your collision repair needs.
Welcome back to John P. Pap Stadium, where we're only moments away from the kickoff of this afternoon's game as the Fighting Scots will be taking on the Wittenberg Tigers. I'm joined now by Dorn Braun. And Dorn, this is certainly an exciting game, I'm sure, this afternoon. And 14 seniors will be playing at least their last regular season game. And, of course, the last game to be played on real grass.
Right. It looks to be a muddy field too today with all this rain and cold here today. And this could be a big win for the seniors. Scots last beat Wittenberg in 2004, and have only beat them twice since 1950. This game really is, I think Wittenberg's kind of ripe for the picking. They have some injuries, and it'd be nice to pick up a big win against really the biggest rival in the conference.
Well, let's just focus on that for just a minute. The fact that they have at key positions, they have gone through their senior quarterback and have actually, I think, gone to number 2 and at times number 3 at the quarterback position. And the running back position has also been one that's been decimated by injuries.
Right, they're going to start a freshman at quarterback. He's a big kid, 6'4", 2 1/4 from Indiana. His name's Andrew Durbin. And the running back also is, he's like the third running back, Jeff Wilbur. He's a junior, but he's a third string. They've been through a couple running backs, a couple quarterbacks. Like I said, I think this is where Scots can maybe get a win here.
Well, we hope that it'll be a W for the Wooster Fighting Scots this afternoon, but it'll, I'm sure, be a tough-fought game. It is a little bit sloppy out there. You can see that the band is all in raincoats. The rain has temporarily stopped, but the field is a bit muddy and slippery, so we'll just have to see what kind of a role that plays in this afternoon's game. But right now, we will take another break, and then we will be right back with the opening kickoff. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Toyotas are safe, reliable, and have great resale value. Just ask someone you know who drives one.
Hi, I'm Sage. I'm a salesperson here at Performance Toyota of Wooster. Toyotas are safe, dependable, and have a great resale value. Just ask me, I drive one.
Hi, my name's Mindy. I'm one of the service managers here at Performance Toyota of Wooster. Toyotas are the most reliable vehicles on the road. Just ask me, I drive one.
Test drive a Toyota at Performance Toyota of Wooster.
Mass Lepley is committed to their customers. They provide exceptional customer service, quality agricultural, hardware, and turf equipment, supplies, and accessories. The employees of Mass Lepley are experienced, helpful, friendly, and knowledgeable in the many different product lines they carry. From sales to service to rentals, you can expect great customer service from Mass Lepley.
Mass Lepley, you're always welcome.
Mass Lepley on Old Route 30 East.
Life can be full of hazards. But buying tires doesn't have to be. Smetzer's Tire Center takes the hazards out of buying tires. You'll always get a hole-in-one with Smetzer's Tire Center. How do I know? Because that's where I get my tires at.
This area's premier auto parts store is Orlo Auto Parts with 8 convenient locations to serve you. Locally owned since 1955, you'll find helpful, friendly, and knowledgeable parts specialists at Orlo Auto Parts. With their huge in-stock inventory, Orlo will have the parts you need when you need them. Orlo Auto Parts carries high-quality parts and accessories for everything from cars and trucks, boats and tractors, to lawnmowers and motorcycles. Look to Orlo Auto Parts for all your needs.
Wooster won the coin toss, but elected to defer to the second half, and so it is Wittenberg receiving at the west end of the field, receiving the kickoff. Number 2, Manny Rodriguez, and he brings it back just across the 30-yard line to about the 32. And Dorn, it looks like it's going to get just worse as far as the field conditions, as the rain has returned kind of with a vengeance.
Right, it got a little dark here, and now all of a sudden there's a front coming in. It's raining pretty hard, and they could already tell on the kickoff there's guys slipping and sliding around a little bit.
Andrew Durbin, number 13, the freshman quarterback, 6'4". He's a tall runner. Gives it inside to his tailback. I believe that's Jeff Wilbur, and very little on that carry. And that's kind of traditional, isn't it? Usually just handing off, a straight handoff on the first play to give everybody a chance to kind of get contact. Now sometimes teams will change up on that and fake the handoff and try a long pass, but it's almost like an unwritten rule that you just kind of get contact on
right,
the first play.
especially when it's raining and you have a freshman quarterback. I think a lot of factors might go into them may be handing off a lot today.
We've got 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen on a 2nd and 10. They pitch it out, and it's overthrown, intended for Josh McKee, number 14. McKee is a freshman wide receiver out of New Carlisle, Ohio. Well-conceived play, but the pass was a little bit overthrown, had adrenaline probably flowing, and so it brings up a 3rd and 10, and for the Scots this afternoon, Doran, they'd like nothing better than a 3-and-out on this first series for the Tigers.
Sure, it'd be a great start to maybe kind of turn this whole series around.
Shotgun formation now for the freshman quarterback. Durbin, back to pass, goes down the middle, overthrown. Pass is overthrown, intended for number 3, Michael Cooper, and it was a little high.
Cooper's also a big kid, 6'4", 195, a freshman. A lot of young kids on this Wittenberg team.
Well, talking about young kids and freshmen, Taylor Trout, number 14, will be going back to receive this punt for the Scots. He is a freshman, and he has had some sensational runbacks during the season.
He does a great job for a freshman back there. A lot of confidence in him. Right now, the rain is pouring down in his face.
Kick is a line drive kick. It's going to come right to him, and he falls down. And then he is bumped unnecessarily on about the 27-yard line. Guess that's just incidental contact. And so Worcester's offense will take the field for this first time this afternoon. And again, field conditions, I think, will only get worse as the game progresses.
Trout didn't get much of a return there, but I think the most important thing today is going to be catching the ball and not turning it over. Turnovers have been a factor for both these teams all year.
Austin Holter, number 6, junior quarterback, barking signals for the Scots. To his right, the senior, Dustin Shepard. Going to throw on the first play. The pass is behind the receiver. That was number 85, Mike Reddick, out of Northwestern High School, and Mike could not pull that in. That was kind of a wounded duck pass. It was a little wobbler there.
Right, you better make sure if you're a quarterback today in these kind of conditions, you have big hands.
2nd and 10 on the incompletion. I'm sure that surprised the Wittenberg defense a bit, that the Scots would go to the air when the ground game has gone well throughout the year for the Scots. 2nd and 10 now. Handoff is to Shepard, looking for some running room and finding very little. Ball popped out loose, but I think they're going to say it was down. And Doran, I think we're going to see a lot of that this afternoon. That I know the refs will try to keep that ball as dry as possible, but as this game goes on, there's not going to be a dry football to be found.
No, and that's going to be a big difference in field position. See who fumbles down in their own. I don't think either team's going to be moving the ball much, as long as you don't fumble it, turn it over, and you're down in your own end, close to your own end zone. I think it's going to be a huge difference.
Well, give Dustin Shepard a yard or a yard and a half on that carry and call it 3rd and 8. Halter going to pass again if he can find somebody. Got plenty of time. Finally goes down the middle, incomplete. Jordan Ferns, number 26, was the intended receiver, and I'm not sure. I couldn't really tell whether that was a little behind him or if it just kind of went through his hands.
Just a little behind him. Looks like he still should have had it. That was a nice throw by Holder, even with a wet football in these conditions. Looked like he threw it pretty well.
Well, we talk about field position, and here's a young man back to punt for the Scots, Kevin Friedman, also a senior, who has a 41.6 per punt average. Outstanding. I think he's in the top 10 in the nation with that 41.6, and he has a good leg.
Punting into the wind on this one, though.
Still a good kick. Going to be taken on about the 30. Not too many Scots around at the moment. And a nice job by the Scots of coverage. Actually, ball carrier might have lost a yard after trying to reverse his field and go to the left.
Great play by sophomore Steve Custenborder, sophomore from Rocky River.
So after a 3 and out for each club, the Tigers get the ball back, and the spot is right around the 30-yard line. And they start from the shotgun formation. Quarterback throwing out there, overthrows again. Pat Williams, the intended receiver, but Durbin has been high on all 3 of his throws so far this afternoon.
Seems like he's throwing it okay and throwing it pretty hard, just too much on it.
This is a field, of course, again, this will be the last game on natural turf here at Follis Field, not Follis Field, John P. Papp Stadium, but doesn't have much of a crest on it.
It would be nice getting that turf and some lights in here. It really going to change the whole atmosphere.
2nd and 10. They give it straight handoff into the middle, and not much going on there. Wilbur, I believe, the ball carrier, short game. Give him 2 and call it 3rd and 8.
I don't think you want to see too many 3rd and 8s today. Either way, I think we're going to see a lot of them, but it's not necessarily what you want to be in right now, especially today. It's going to be hard to make an accurate throw and have the receiver catch it standing up.
Right now they seem like 2 heavyweight fighters just kind of jabbing at each other, looking to see where they might find some loopholes. 3rd and 10. Durbin back to pass, a little screen to the opposite side. Oh, it looked like the Scots had it well diagnosed, but I think it's going to be awfully close to first down. In fact, the spot now, he went out at the stick, so he will get the first down. Scott's had it looked like a linebacker out there who had read the play well, but maybe got his feet stuck in the mud.
Had a couple guys out there that had a chance to knock him down before he got the first down. Just didn't quite make the play. Going to be tough footing.
So the first down of the ball game goes to the Tigers. Williams comes wide to the bottom of the screen. He is a senior receiver and a captain for the Tigers. Wilbur in the backfield, but it's a quarterback scrambling and takes a pretty good pop. That's Andrew Durbin, number 13. He's a pretty big target, too. And
he's
boy,
a pretty big brown target now.
Went into the sideline there, into the bench over where the Scots all stomp around, and he came out pretty muddy.
Now the Scots have a bullseye to shoot at in his back.
2nd and 10, no gain on that play. Do you think that was a planned play?
I think it was a broken play. I find a hard time believing you're going to roll a 6'4" freshman out and run him around the end.
2nd down, motion to the top of your screen. Pass short. Receiver tried to make a circus catch out there. Anthony Kralik, and couldn't come up with a catch. And I think already that ball is slippery. It looked like it may have slipped out of the hand of the quarterback, Durbin, on that play.
Kralick's a sophomore from Kettering Alder High School. Alder had a big win last night. They beat Coldwater. Real big win. Might have been for the state championship, really. It all comes down to it.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Worcester's got the fans got their cowbells ringing. Durbin back to pass, got time, throws it under. A nice job by the Worcester defense. Jordan Ross. Oh, but there's a flag on the play.
Flag was thrown before the pass, so might be a legal formation or maybe offsides. Legal shift.
Motion. I think the in motion man broke towards the line just ahead of the snap, and of course Worcester will decline that penalty and force the Tigers to kick. Back again deep for the Worcester Fighting Scots will be Taylor Trout. He is standing right on the 25-yard line, hoping maybe to get a better return this time. Slipped as he caught the ball on the first punt. High snap and a short kick coming to the near side of the field. Takes a Wittenberg roll. And I think Wittenberg helped push it down the field a little bit further, but the actual spot's going to be just inside the 25.
At the Worcester 23-yard line.
Doran and I don't have a crystal ball up here, but it seems to me a score or two really is going to be huge this afternoon with these conditions.
I would agree. I think it's going to also help if you're going left or right here with the wind. It seems like the rain's blowing pretty good.
1st and 10 for the Scots. This is, I believe, Shepard for a short gain of a couple.
Dustin Shepard on the carry.
A little bit of misdirection there. But Wittenberg with one of the top defenses, I believe, even in the nation, but certainly in the NCAC. And so they will be hard for the Scots to crack this afternoon.
They're led by a sophomore out of Hilliard-Davidson High School, Brad McKinley, who is one of the defensive favorites for Defensive Player of the Year, along with Matt DeGrand from the College of Worcester, also an underclassman who's a junior.
Both leading their teams in tackles. 2nd and 8. This is Holter keeping the football. He's got the best run of the day, and he's got a first down for the Scots at about the 35-yard line. So both teams now have picked up a first down. Clock at 9:47 left here in the first quarter of action. In case you joined us late, no score. And so dark out, it would almost be nice to have those lights that they're ordering for next year this afternoon. First down, Shepard ducked under one tackle, falls forward to about the line of scrimmage. Wittenberg, of course, over the years has been a tremendous powerhouse in football and just an outstanding school for sports overall, but football has been one of their top-notch sports. And of course, now that Wabash is in the conference, Wabash has been up there as well. And of course, this year Wabash will be taking the championship trophy. But here this afternoon, fighting for second place are the Scots and the Tigers.
Right, Scots with a record of 5-1 in the league so far, and Wittenberg coming in at 4-2 after a tough loss to Allegheny last week in overtime. It'd be nice to finish strong here for the Scots.
Now Jordan Ferns made the catch of that pass, but depending on the spot, he actually lost yardage.
Not a real good spot there. I thought he could forward progress, but he marked 3 yards back. I think the fans have the same sentiment.
Exactly, yeah. I can hear him on the crowd mic making that point known. So a loss of a good 3, making it 3rd and 13 for the Scots. Not an enviable position with this field the way it is. Holter in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. Nice job by the Wittenberg defense getting to Austin Holter in the backfield.
Ben Maxwell for Wittenberg.
I think Halter wanted to throw early, and his receivers were covered, and so he began to scramble, but he couldn't outrun the two defenders there.
Right, he should have just thrown that one away when he saw him coming. Not much of a chance, rather than taking a loss of about 10 yards.
Kevin Friedman will be punting from about his own 5-yard line.
Brandon Brown, deep for Wittenberg.
Low snap. Kevin gets away, a beauty of a kick. Going to be taken right on the 40. Back to the midfield and brought down right at midfield by the Scots. So about a 10-yard return on that kick.
Good. Nice kick. Very nice kick into the wind.
First and 10 for Wittenberg.
Well, Kevin kept it low. He kept it as much as he could out of the wind. It was kind of a line drive kick, and didn't give the Scots a lot of time to get down to cover it, but they did well.
Nice to get a stop here. Don't let them get too far down into our territory here.
Well, that's right. Good field position to begin with for the Wittenberg Tigers, right at midfield. Back to a I backfield. Long count. Give it to the tailback, Wilbur. And probably one of his best runs for about 4 yards. 4, maybe 4.5.
I'll give him a long 3, John.
Well, with that spot, I think you're probably right.
Luckenbell on the carry. Jeff Brown on the stop for Wooster.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Both teams have tried to ignore the weather and done a little bit of passing early. This, however, is a running play off right tackle, and the Scots are there. Nice job defensively. Try and get the number.
Jeremy Pettit.
Brought down by Jeremy Pettit.
Yeah, number 35. Pettit doing a nice job there.
Sophomore from St. Vincent St. Mary's.
One of the play brings up a 3rd and 6.
Gain of a yard, maybe yard and a half on that play. Brings up about a 3rd and 6. Don't know if the Tigers would consider this 4-down territory or not.
I doubt it. I doubt in these weather conditions kind of play a field position game right now.
Motion by Williams to the top of the screen. Durbin looking, throws and hits Williams. And he's knocked out on the far side, but not until he picked up the first down. Plus, he's just inside the 35-yard line. Makes it tough when a receiver like that goes in motion in the backfield. Of course, the Scots should be adjusting their defensive backs to that situation.
Williams is the leading receiver on the year. That was his 50th catch of the year.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers inside the 35-yard line of the Scots. Their deepest penetration this afternoon. Running back Wilbur did not pick up much on that play. Looked like Steve Custenborder with the tackle on the play. Officials doing as best they can, switching the footballs to keep it as dry as possible.
Keep sending it over the Scots sideline to dry him. I'd like to see him be a little wet right now. I see the guy cleaning it has a Scott shirt on. I wouldn't clean it any too much right now.
2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Fake the handoff, go over the middle. The pass is high, but it's caught. Nice catch there. Number 81, Anthony Kralik with the grab. Again, Kralik's got some good size at 6'1", 190, and had to reach up to bring that one down. But it's enough to pick up another first down, and the Tigers have a nice drive going here.
Quarterback Durbin's doing a good job, especially for a freshman in these kind of conditions. It really, being 3rd string coming into the year, he looks good.
Yeah, he has split time with number 11, Matt Broomfield, who we have not yet seen this afternoon. Durbin is under center, gives it to his tailback, and just moves forward behind a pretty good offensive line surge inside the 15. Spots closer to the 13, I would say, at the moment.
Wittenberg started the season with a quarterback who started 23 straight games and had over 4,000 yards of total offense. junior Aaron Huffman, and he got hurt in their loss to WashU September 20th early in the year.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, they've lost not only their quarterback, but several of their tailbacks. Ball is fumbled. Durbin fumbled the snap and fell right on it. A wise move when you're that far into the red zone. But it does bring up a third down situation now for the Tigers.
Be interesting to see here if the Scots get a stop, what Wittenberg will do. It's going to be tough to have a snap, a hold, and a kick in these kind of conditions.
Well, now they were certainly practicing that prior to the game, but yeah, conditions have only gotten worse since the start of the ball game. It's raining pretty hard right now. Shotgun formation. Wilbur to the right of Durbin on this third down. Didn't waste much time. Oh, great tackle there. Knocked it right out of the hands of Pat Williams.
Jeremy Pettit again, 2 big plays on this drive.
The pass was right on target to Williams. A nice throw by Durbin, but a great defensive play by the Scots. Pettit.
They're going to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. I don't see any kicker coming in. Fourth and 7 from about the 13-14 yard line. Durbin back, goes over the middle. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Scots are going to kneel down. Probably a wise play. I think Hector Clavijo is the defender for the Scots, number 4, that intercepted it.
Good play and a good job by the rest of the Scots defense telling him to take a knee. He started running around thinking maybe he could return it back out. That was a good decision by taking a knee. Scott started on 20.
Yeah, I don't know that he would have made it out that far had he tried to run it out. So you're right. So with 2:47 left in the first quarter, the Scots have dodged the bullet and have the football on their own 20-yard line. Austin Holder, quick count, they give it to Shepard. Shepard bounces past one man at the scrimmage line, and now being bulldogged. They never did get him down, but he got about 4 yards on that carry.
So far, Shepard's found not much running room up front.
Well, Dustin, 2 weeks ago, went over the 3,000-yard mark, something that only a few other Scots runners have done over careers.
He's had an outstanding career, even being a little injury plagued. Even it's really had a nice career.
Nice pass, a catch and throw, and a late hit on the quarterback is going to cost the Tigers. Number 21, Brad McKinley, who is one of their outstanding defensive players, got a little bit rough after the pass was thrown to Austin Holder, and the flag was thrown by the head referee.
First down for Wooster. 15 yards for the penalty.
It's a big penalty. Gets the Scots out of their own field position down there. They've kind of been struggling to get past the 30. Now they're all of a sudden at midfield.
Especially, again, with field conditions as they are, as we look out from our nice, dry, warm vantage point, it is not pretty out there at all.
Seems like everybody in the crowd has an umbrella, that's for sure.
First and 10 right from midfield after that penalty is in force. And the snap goes over the head of Halter, and he falls on it, so a loss of 10 on that snap.
Austin Halter recovers the...
We want to mention to you that this will end the season for us unless the Scots would get a bid to postseason. But next Friday and Saturday, we would be looking at the Al Van Wee Rotary Classic Tournament. And this rain, if it could have or can, is just getting harder and almost coming now in waves, coming from the west.
It is really rough. The Scots have about a little over a minute left, and they can turn around and go with the wind here.
Halter throws it out. It's caught Gus makes the catch, avoids one tackle. That's the freshman, Zach Gust, making a nice catch and run after that reception. Picked up about 5 of the 10 yards they lost on first down.
I think you'll be able to see that. We're able to see that on camera, too. The ball was about a 5 or 10 yard pass. It actually curved. Just a little short pop pass. Curved about a foot.
3rd and 15. Alter drops back, looks like a screen. It is a screen. And Shepard's got the football, made a nice spin. Another great move. He's got one man to beat down the near sideline. And he's brought down inside the 20 at about the 15. Nice call by the Scots, a screen pass on that 3rd and 15. And the senior, Dustin Shepard, takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Great call by the Scots. Also great job by Shepard breaking that tackle. He would have been back to about midfield, the original line of scrimmage. He broke a tackle and made a nice play.
1st and 10. Of course, the Scots can get another first down around the 5-yard line. Alder gives it to Shepard. Shepard finds some running room up the middle, and he's inside the 10-yard line.
That'll also be the last play of the first quarter.
Well, and like you said, from the Scots' vantage point, that is not bad at all. They will have the wind at their back, and you can hear it with our crowd mic. It is really gusting. But as the two teams take a break, we will too. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Your one-stop shop for unique t-shirt designs, team sports logos, and distinctive and funny promotional items is Expert Tees.
You'll always find a great selection of t-shirts for your viewing and wearing pleasure.
Expert Tees can take that favorite picture and transfer it onto almost anything.
Or enlarge it into a poster. Plus, they put custom wording and logos on shirts and hats while you wait.
Visit Expert Tees on the corner of South Market Street and South Street in downtown Worcester.
The area's premier source for custom window fashions and wall coverings for both homes and offices is Nancy's Draperies. From initial design to measuring to meticulous fabrication to guaranteed installation, Nancy's Draperies will help you create a unique finishing touch to enhance your living space. And if you have a room you don't want customized but still want a unique look, Nancy's Draperies has semi-custom, ready-made window treatments that are very affordable. Come visit our showroom at Nancy's Draperies.
Turn your company vehicle into a high-impact advertising machine with vehicle wraps from Sign Design. We can come up with a creative design, print it, and install the wrap so your message really gets around. No matter what type of vehicle, Sign Design can customize it into a mobile billboard, and it's affordable. Sign Design is also a leader for unique and versatile sign fabrications that will be in your budget but will exceed your expectations. Creating lasting images that will set you apart, that's Sign Design.
Are you ready for some bowling? Whether you're competitive or just want to hang out with friends, Wayne Lanes is the place for you. Bowling is a fun activity for all ages, and Wayne Lanes offers that and much, much more. Try your skill on regulation-size Brunswick pool tables. Play the fun games in the arcade. Test your putting on Wayne Lanes' challenging indoor miniature golf course. Book your next birthday or corporate party at Wayne Lanes and make it a memorable one. And don't forget Big Al's Pro Shop at Wayne Lanes.
Wayne Lanes, where the fun never ends.
Okay, let's set the stage for you. A 2nd and 5 for the Scots. That ball spotted right around the 10-yard line. Alter takes the snap, gives it to Shepard. No, he keeps it, and he's got the end zone! Touchdown, Fighting Scots! Don't see any flags on the field. So the Fighting Scots have scored first this afternoon. Excellent fake by the junior quarterback, Austin Halter. I really thought Dustin Shepard had it, but he put it in and took it out, kept it himself, and weaved his way into the end zone. And now we've got the extra point try by Dan Grangard. The hold will be by number 18, Logan Dunn. And this is not a gimme on an afternoon like this. Certainly it's better, Doran, to be kicking with the wind at your back. But there's a lot of mud already out on that field. Kick is up, the kick is good. So with 14:56 left here in the first half, the Scots have drawn first blood and lead over the Wittenberg Tigers 7-0. And as the two teams get ready for the kickoff, we'll take a break. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
So many midsize sedans, it's hard to choose which one to drive. However, the Mazda 6 at Park Mazda of Wooster has something most other midsize sedans don't: charisma. The slick, streamlined look takes style to the next level, and the 4 or 6-cylinder has the power and fuel efficiency to keep you going. It's spacious, comfortable, quiet, and accommodating. Test drive a different dealership experience at Park Mazda of Wooster. Luxury care at affordable prices.
Did you know
Tricor Industrial has a million types of nuts and bolts and other fasteners?
Did you know
Tricor Industrial has state-of-the-art American-made power tools and hand tools.
But did you know
Tricor Industrial has a large selection of plumbing, electrical, and home repair supplies.
Did you know
Tricor has been in business for over 30 years.
And did you know
Tricor Industrial is open to the general public.
Now that you know, check us out. Tricor, Worcester's best kept secret.
Great, tell me.
Ooh, looks like you guys really know how to celebrate. What's the occasion?
No occasion.
But that's Donato's new fresh mozzarella meatball pizza, loaded with our family recipe meatballs, crispy pepperoni, and a blend of 3 Italian cheeses.
We don't need a special occasion to eat great pizza.
Especially since, for a limited time, you can get Donato's newest fresh mozzarella pizza for just $12.99.
Right.
Hey, do you mind if I have a piece?
Yeah, come on. Okay, come on over. Wow.
Donato's Pizza of Wooster? Visit Kaufman Tire for super low prices on brand name tires and get the all-inclusive low price guarantee on all passenger and light truck tires. It includes free installation, free valve stem, free rotation and balancing for life, and free prorated road hazard protection. Kaufman Tire's trained service specialists are ready to help you with brakes, alignments, oil changes, shocks and struts. Plus, they'll fix flats for free on passenger and light truck tires. Visit Kaufman Tire today for low prices and quality service.
Okay, so the Scots have scored first, and now we're getting ready to kick off west to east. It is Kevin Friedman, number 81, who will be kicking. Let's see, receiving down there. Try and see some numbers. Boy, the mud's already covering a lot of numbers. And it got by the Wittenberg receivers. He's picking it up on about the 1. Let's see what kind of a return he can get. He's got a lot of room up the sideline. Friedman, maybe the last man to get him, and he knocks him down. Cross midfield. But oh, that happens so often, doesn't it? The kick being muffed back there, going deep, the Scots coming down and maybe overcommitting. And as a result, a great run back there for the Tigers.
Good job by the kicker, also saving a touchdown. Friedman did a good job. It's going to be tough to go 40 yards, 42 yards and get a score into this win. So that's a big play by the kicker.
Well, momentarily now, the rain, which was coming down so hard, seems to have let up quite a bit. 1st and 10 across midfield down to the 42-yard line for the Tigers. Under center, Durbin gives it to a new tailback who finds a lot of running room. Got almost 10 yards on that play. Oh, check that. Wilbur must have changed the uniform. He's clean out there. 23.
They might have brought some spares along.
They took quite a while to decide, but they're calling it a first down now on the far side of the field. They've moved the sticks. The spot is right around the 30-31 yard line. High backfield. This is Wilbur again into the line. Have to wait for the spot. I'm going to say 3, possibly 4 yards, but it's
kind of uncanny. These offenses, as the weather's gotten worse, have kind of gotten better.
Yeah, that is unusual. Call that a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. Clock's at 13:43 in the half. Weather conditions perhaps at least partially responsible for the low scoring, but also I think good defense by both teams. Durbin looking to pass to his left, goes down the field, a wounded duck, intercepted by the Scots. Looking for some running room are the Scots, and finally brought down somewhere around the 20-yard line. I think that was 24, Brian Albany.
Right, Albany's had a nice year.
That pass was, again, looked like a wounded duck pass. Looked like it was shot out of the air. And Albany reaching up, grabbed it, ran about 40 yards across the field, maybe trying to pick up some blockers, but didn't get much. But here again, you know, you talk about shooting yourself in the foot, and this is what Wittenberg has done uncharacteristically this year.
Right, I don't think that was a good decision on a throw, trying to throw a ball 20 or 30 yards in this wind. It's not going to happen today going in the wind.
Holter fakes the pass, now looking, throwing the long bomb. Got a man out there, and it's intercepted. On about the 42. Looked like maybe number 17. Trent Burnick. So on successive plays, we've had turnovers. And the Tigers get it back.
Not really a big deal there for the Scots. It's kind of like a punt.
Exactly.
See if the Scots defense can hold them here again. Done a good job today so far.
Champaign, Illinois, OSU 23, Illinois 10.
Iowa State up over Illinois, 23-10. Into the line goes, that's Wilbur. Got 2 or 3 yards.
Jeff Wilbur on the carry.
By the way, that scoring summary for the Scots, that was Holter on a 9-yard run. It was a 7-play, 80-yard drive, and took 2 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. And of course, Rangard's kick made it 7-0. Pickup of 3 by Jeff Wilbur, the tailback, so it's a 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Ball out across the 45-47, and now Andrew Durbin didn't like something and calls a timeout. So with 12:30 left here in the first half, and the Scots on top of the Tigers by a score of 7-0. Two teams take time. We will too. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
In a hurry? Jake's To Go is a great way to feed the family that's on the go. We have great platters like barbecued ribs, chicken fingers, wings, and a whole lot more. Jake's Restaurant is open till midnight Monday through Saturday, and appetizers are half price after 9. Try our 10% Sunday. Bring your church bulletin in and receive 10% off your meal. And on Monday, kids eat free. Jake's Restaurant, always giving you a good reason to stop by.
You never know when or where those accidents might happen. For generations, Curly's Body Shop has been satisfying customers regardless of age. They know you want your transportation to look its best, and that's why Curly's has the latest high-tech equipment. It ensures exceptional collision repair and undetectable color matching.
I take my cars to Curly's Body Shop.
Family owned and family operated since 1958, Curly's Body Shop off State Route 250 on McCoy Road.
Salmon Stan's Army Navy store has everything from Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine gear. They have new and used stuff, and it's a family-owned business. Grown-ups love Salmon Stan's Army Navy store, and so do kids. Salmon Stan's also have awesome camping supplies, too. How do I know so much about Salmon Stan's Army Navy store? I'm Sam.
Come visit us at Salmon Stan's Army Navy store in downtown Wooster for all your military gear.
Florists set the mood for every room in your home or office. Reflect your imagination, personality, and individual style with the help of Martin Interiors. They offer a large selection of name brand carpeting, hardwood flooring, laminate floors, rugs, ceramic tiles, window treatments, wall coverings, and much more. Martin Interiors' experienced and knowledgeable staff can help guide you through the process of choosing what fits your lifestyle, taste, and budget, and then professionally install it.
The style you want is as close as Martin Interiors.
Second down and 7 for the Tigers after that timeout. Handoff to Wilbur up the middle. Not much doing there. Got maybe a couple more out to right around midfield. But it'll still bring up a 3rd and about 5 for the Tigers.
Wilbur does a good job not dancing around too much. He kind of hits the hole and a little bit shifty inside there. Gets as much as he can every time. He's just a junior running back out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. It gives me the chills to even say that.
Okay, we got a shotgun formation on 3rd and 5 as Durbin will be looking to complete a pass. He's completed 2 to black-shirted players. This time, incomplete.
Late flag from the opposite side of the field.
Josh McKee was the intended receiver, and like you say, that came late and came from the other side of the field. Wow.
I think he heard some voices from the Wittenberg sideline, maybe.
I mean, again, I would like to say it wasn't his call, but obviously all the officials have the opportunity to make calls. It was just he was not the closest one to the situation. But what it'll do is move the chains. So instead of a 4th down and a kick for the Tigers, they have a 1st down across midfield on the 46.
For Wittenberg after the penalty from the Wooster 46-yard line.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Durbin under center, gets a snap. And almost looked like a broken play, but I guess it was not. Wilbur, the ball carrier, straight up the middle. Got about 2 yards, yard and a half on that play.
Rain is kind of let up here, but it's still very windy. It's still going to be tough to throw. I think you almost have to throw a 5-yard or for sure under 10-yard pattern to really be able to throw the ball. I see Wilbur getting the ball a lot here today.
Well, Fincham's been, Coach Joe Fincham's been pretty patient. Obviously, he recognizes his team's only down by 1 score. This time they fake, and the quarterback is really smashed as he threw that football, and it is incomplete.
Matt DeGrand with a big hit on the quarterback.
Some other scores around the NCAC this afternoon. Erlin leading Denison early 7-0 with a minute left in the first quarter. Hiram on top of Oberlin 7-6, and 3-2 DePaul on top of Wabash. That looks like a baseball score. We'll have to follow that one a little bit later. Okay, 3rd down now and 8. Scott's fans imploring them to make the stop here. Shotgun formation. Excuse me. Ball is fumbled. This time Durbin picks it up, running for his life to the far side, and runs out at about the line of scrimmage. And you've got to feel that they'll probably punt it, hoping that they can maybe put the Scots back in a difficult situation.
It's going to be tough to get anything on the punt right now. That wind's howling pretty good. It's not going to go. It's going to have to keep it real low like Worcester's punter did last time, and keep it real low underneath the wind, or it's going to go nowhere.
Excuse me, yeah. Trevor Cochran, number 18, is their punter, and if I'm not mistaken, this is his first punt of the afternoon. A couple of interceptions have given the Scots the football. Scots look like they may be coming on this punt. They're rushing quite a few guys. They don't get to it. Low line drive punt. Trout comes up, grabs it on the run, makes one man miss, made another, a couple miss, He's got the kicker to beat, and he's got a blocker in front of him who turned his back. The punter, Trout, oh! The punter did just enough, Trevor Cochran, to knock down Trout before he could get in the end zone. Trevor was probably out of gas, too.
Great, tough run in this mud. Great job by Trout. He really is impressive-looking freshman returning punts this year.
You know, had that punter been knocked down, though, he turned his back on the Wooster blocker.
Right.
You can't call that a block in the back.
Would not be a block in the back, right.
Okay, let's set the stage for you. The ball is marked at just outside the 10, so call it the 11-yard line. And it looks like Austin Halder doesn't like what's going on. Checking now with the bench. You don't want any miscues down near the goal line. Shepard to his right. Gives the ball. No, he keeps it again, and he's in again.
Looked like a carbon copy of the last one,
It
John.
sure did. Same play and the same results. This one from 11 yards, and the Scots have taken a 13-0 lead. It definitely looked to me like Austin Halder was confused and looking over to the bench for some clarification. Now, maybe that was all a ruse to give Wittenberg the idea that he didn't know what the play should be. Dan Grandgard is in to try the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. So with 10:26 remaining here in the first half, Wooster very surprisingly has taken a 14-0 lead over the Wittenberg Tigers. And as the two teams get ready for the kickoff, we will take a break. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further than J. Michael & Associates. We've got all your protection under one roof. J. Michael & Associates insurance agencies have been providing security and peace of mind for more than 50 years. We want to help protect what matters most to you. J. Michael & Associates provides insurance for homes, vehicles, farms, businesses, and life. Please call J. Michael & Associates for a personalized insurance review. J. Michael & Associates on North Walnut Street in downtown Worcester.
Many people buy a house and renovate it.
People buy a classic vehicle and renovate it.
Even churches, like Central Christian, will renovate to serve their congregation better.
And yes, even people themselves sometimes need to renovate their lives. Come and let Central Christian Church help you make things new with our many ministries that will meet your individual needs and your family's needs. Central Christian Church, helping people restore, revamp, and rejuvenate their lives. Central Christian Church on North Market Street, across from Bueller's downtown, keeping Christ central.
Wayne and Medina County's source for Lazy Boy home furnishings just got bigger and better. Runyon's Furniture in Orville announces the arrival of our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio, an expanded selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, sectionals, and genuine leather seating. To give you an idea of all the great Lazy Boy furniture waiting for you at Runyon's, here's a small preview. Did you catch all that? How about a closer look? Visit the new Lazy Boy Comfort Studio at Runyon's Furniture, 1 block west of the square in Orville.
They say the more things change, the more they stay the same. We've changed our name to Spurgeon Chevrolet and made lots of changes to give our customers the best in service, selection, and price. But one thing will never change. That's our commitment to you, our customers.
Visit Spurgeon Chevrolet opposite the Wayne County Fairgrounds in Wooster, or visit them on the web at SpurgeonChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Kevin Friedman getting ready to kick off for the Scots. Kevin certainly played some good defense on the last kickoff when he was the last man and made a tackle after getting a good kick with the wind that was fumbled by the Tigers. Tigers this time fielded cleanly, coming right up the middle. A flag has already been thrown around the 38-yard line, and the ball carrier is down across the 40-yard line, so a pretty good return. But we'll just have to see what that flag is all about.
I think it might be a sideline warning. See the coaches were moving people back. Nope, it's a hold. Good.
Well, this will negate some of that nice field position that the Tigers got on that kick return. Take it back inside the 30.
10-yard penalty from the start of the foul.
Down to about the 26-yard line.
10 at their own 27-yard line.
And perhaps, again, you can hear the wind gusting. The rain has stopped for now, but I'd say the temperature has dropped a good 10-15 degrees, and that wind continues to gust. And, of course, they're talking about by tomorrow, I hate to say it, but some snow flurries.
Four-letter word, John.
Yeah. 1st and 10 for the Scots. Durbin under center on this series. Gives it to his tailback, who finds some running room to the outside. Picks up the first down and more. Well, I'll tell you what, he stayed behind his line for quite a while and then broke to the outside, and just didn't seem like there were any Scots out there.
Missed one tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he was gone. He does a good job keeping his feet moving.
24, Trevor Luckenbill was the ball carrier on that play, as Wilbur might be getting a break at the moment. First and 10 from just across the 40, call it the 41. And this is a ball carrier again. This time the Scots bring him down in the backfield. Loss on the play of a couple yards.
Luckenbill again with the carry.
For the no gain.
Again, Joe Fincham not flinching at this point with his team down a couple touchdowns. Of course, as we've mentioned, he is going into a pretty stiff wind, but he's sticking, at least for now, with the running game. Number 3, Michael Cooper comes out. Michael, pretty evident that he hasn't been in a lot of action as his uniform's still white.
He's a big target, too, 6'4" freshman.
And this time the quarterback's going to run the football. Looking for some help out there, some blocking. Actually gets a pretty nice gain out of it. Out across the 45, out to about the 48. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 2. So Andrew Durbin, he's not the most graceful looking guy, but he does eat up some pretty good chunks of real estate with that long stride.
Maybe that works on a wet field. Works better having that longer stride.
A key situation on this 3rd and 2 right around midfield. Clock at 8:30, so time is not a factor by any means. Scots certainly would like to get a big stop here. They give it to the tailback, new tailback, and I would say he made it.
No, he's short.
You think he's short?
He's a little short.
That was number 5, Tony Hall, who had just come into the ball game. You're right. They are spotting it short.
Hall's our short yard specialist, 5'10", 210-pound senior from Columbus Eastmore.
You know what? They're going for it, and this is going to tell a lot right now. Joe Fincham saying, well, we're playing for 2nd place. We're not going to quit today. We're not going to punt it away. It's 4th and less than a yard. Let's see what happens. Hall is still in at the tailback position. Let's see if they run the same play. Yep, they give it to Hall, and he gets the first down. Powering his way off left tackle.
Picks up the first down.
Well, a gutsy call by the 13-year head coach at Wittenberg, Joe Fincham.
He's a former all-league lineman at Ohio University, Coach Fincham. So he probably expected a lot out of his line right there to get a little surge, and looks like Mr. Hall, Tony Hall, runs downhill, as they say, for the short yardage guys, too.
1st and 10 on the 46-yard line of the Scots as the Tigers try and get some points on the board before half. Tailback behind, and this is the tailback running, and the Scots have not found an answer to that play. Again, I'm not exactly sure why it's so successful, but the ball carrier getting inside the 30-yard line. Going to have to wait and see who that was.
It's Trevor Luckenbill again.
Was it 24?
Right.
Numbers fairly well obliterated at this point in the game.
Well, they kind of run that little cut back to the right. Looks like our defensive ends kind of losing contain and not forcing them back inside.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line for the Tigers.
At the Wooster 30-yard line.
Again, they've got the tailback behind Durbin, who's under center, and he gives it. And this time, missed tackle, 2 missed tackles by the Scots. Another nice open field tackle by one of the Scots out there. Was that Jordan Ross, 21?
Sure was.
Yeah, nice open field tackle. Pickup of only about 1.5 yards on that play. Second and let's just call it 8. Michael Cooper's been kind of coming in and out of the ball game. I don't know if he's a messenger wide receiver or not, but he's been able to keep his jersey pretty clean.
Sure stands out with all the mud on his white jerseys. The guy comes in with a clean one.
Second and 8. Durbin with a long count. Durbin back to pass, gets the pass away. It's intercepted. His third interception of the afternoon.
Jordan Ross again, back-to-back plays.
So the Scots have been able to thwart 3 drives by the Tigers here in the first half with interceptions. And a part of that has to be the game conditions throwing into the wind.
Right, I kind of question some of their play calling. They've been running the ball real effectively, lately, and all of a sudden they're trying to throw the ball into this strong wind 20 yards down the field.
Well, you mix it up, I guess, is the only thing I can think of. You want to keep the Scots off guard. Scots have it back, 5:45 left here before half. Austin Holder with Dustin Shepard to his right. Shepard gets it, nope. This is Halter with the football, and he takes a pretty good pump as he's brought down. Now that play has worked successfully down on the goal line twice, but this time maybe Dustin Shepard should have had the football.
It did look like he had some room. Still a pretty good pickup, 3 yards on first down.
The center of that field continuing to get torn up by these two teams. Sideline, the near sideline here where the Scots are is just one big mud hole. Second and 7. Halter keeps it again, looks for the little pass, intercepted, and that should be a score. Yep, nice job by the Wittenberg Tigers there. Read the play well, stepped in front of the receiver, and that quickly, Wittenberg has got new life. Wow. Everything was going the Scots' way, and a nice defensive play there by one of the Tigers.
And it's something you definitely didn't want to do, the way Wittenberg struggled moving the ball. It's giving them a turnover down in your own field position, especially for a touchdown.
And the extra point try yet to come. Looking, I believe that is Dave Rome, number 34, with that nice clean white uniform that's going to be doing the kicking. Oh, a bouncing snap. He's not going to be able to kick it. They're looking to try and throw it, and it's an incompleted pass. So the low snap ruins the extra point try. So with 4:54 remaining here in the first half, the Scots retain a 14-6 lead. And as the two teams get ready for the kickoff, we'll take a break and be right back. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
You know, Wayne Health Services is the right choice for home medical equipment and supplies. The other reason we are the right choice is our people. Wayne Health Services has licensed practical nurses, registered respiratory therapists, and experienced, helpful technicians who are friendly and courteous. You can expect prompt, efficient patient care from Wayne Health, including 24/7 emergency service. Wayne Health Services and Supplies, specializing in healthcare products and services to help aid recovery.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, sweetie.
Check this out. Chicken wings. I love
you. Remember Nagy's for all your collision repair needs.
Wooster United Methodist Church invites all.
Invites all to glorify God.
To glorify God through discipleship.
Through discipleship in an active Christian community.
In an active Christian community.
Come join us this week as we worship, learn, and grow together at Wooster United Methodist Church, corner North Market and Larwell in downtown Worcester.
Why did you choose Hallmark carpet? Why? Because they have a great selection. But when they came to install my new carpet, they moved the furniture out of the room, they took away all the old flooring, and they did a great job of installing the new carpet. They even put the furniture back. Wow. In fact, Hallmar's here doing our kitchen flooring right now. They even took the appliances out, and when they're done, Hallmar will put them back.
Hallmark carpet sounds great. Do they do dishes too?
Hallmar Carpeting in Marshallville.
It'll be number 18, Trevor Cochran, the punter, kicking off here for the Tigers, having scored on that interception, but not able to convert the extra point. Kick is fairly short, taken by one of the up men for the Scots, who comes up near midfield. It's number 55, Justin Ackley, the senior linebacker.
Justin he's coming off the field giving high fives and pumping his fists. It's a linebacker's dream right there, getting a kickoff.
Well, he was pretty excited. What I was concerned about was just that he might pop the ball loose, or they might pop it loose from him.
Oh, he had to hold that thing like it was a piece of pizza. He had two hands on it. That's the way I hold my piece of pizza.
I was just going to ask you about that. Obviously, you don't like to share, huh?
I'll take a finger off.
First and 10 for the Scots, starting with good field position. They're going to pass it again. Little screen pass and almost intercepted again. Oh my goodness. The defense doing a nice job for the Tigers. Could that have been 95? Taylor Shearer that almost intercepted?
That was just back-to-back bad decisions by Holder. That's one thing you just can't afford to do today. Just throw it right in somebody's hip pocket like the last touchdown or the first touchdown for Wittenberg, the only one. And this last play could have very easily been a little bit of the same.
Second and 10 on the incompletion. Let's see if the Scots go back to the running game, eat up the clock, and that's what they're going to do. Shepard with the football, dragged down after a nice gain of about the 6, maybe even 7 yards. That middle of the defense now seems to be opening up just a little bit.
Lance Phillips on the stop for Wittenberg.
Again, the Scots here in the second quarter going with the win. The Scots deferred after winning the toss prior to the football game, so they should be getting the ball first, but I would certainly expect that Wittenberg would take the west end of the field.
Right.
Third and a short 4 for the Scots. They would be forced to punt if they cannot pick up the first down now. Just under 4 minutes. And it is Shepard with the first down. Again, some nice faking by the quarterback, Austin Holder.
Right now, it looked like that was there too. Cuss came kind of behind there from the wing, almost in an option set there, and they just handed it off the dive to Shepard, and he got the first down. But I certainly think that might be there in the future.
Yeah, I
think
the game. I think they're setting something up there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So the Scouts are able to keep the drive alive and have enough time. They've still got 3.5 minutes. You can hear again the wind gusting. Handoff that time was the Gust, and he is brought down in the backfield for about a 4-yard loss. We've got a correction on that DePauw Wabash score. DePauw up on top of Wabash 16-0. We had it a 3-2 ball game before, which again sounded more like baseball. So that they've corrected that. DePauw on top of Wabash this afternoon, 16-0. If I'm not mistaken, that is a big rivalry game between those two schools.
Right, definitely.
Of course, Wabash winning the NCAC undefeated, so That's an interesting score. Second and almost 15 for the Scots. Halter throws it out there. Oh, flag could not bring it in on the far side of the field.
Halter's pass intended for Robert Flagg, incomplete.
So it brings up a 3rd and 15, and my guess is that the Scots will be relatively conservative here.
Yeah, I don't look for Holder to try and do too much here either after what happened last possession. And the beginning of this possession could have been a little more of the same. Let's hope with just 2 minutes and 37 seconds left, they don't do anything crazy here. If they have to punt, then they, Wittenberg at least has to go the length of the field.
I'm the Tigers, I think I'm yelling to my teammates, look out for the screen, because that's. And now we've got, what do we have?
Timeout, Wooster.
The clock, the play clock was running down, and Wooster wisely saves the 5-yard penalty and calls a quick timeout.
Some updated scores from around the conference.
While we have this, just a break in the action, let us kind of plug an event coming up tomorrow here at the College of Wooster in conjunction with the Al Van Wee Rotary Classic, the basketball tournament that will be held next weekend. Tomorrow afternoon, that's Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 in Timken Gymnasium, there will be a youth players and coaches skill clinic. And it's in conjunction with the Al Van Wee Rotary Classic tournament. And the admission tomorrow for that, and it's open to boys and girls 3 through 6 grades and their coaches, but the expected donation is some canned food, which will then go into the pantry of People to People Ministry as we get into the holiday season, or a $2 donation. But either way, it's a great opportunity to get your kids in 3 through 6 grades some fine coaching in basketball. Okay, here's a key 3rd down for the Scots with 2:37 on the clock. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. They're going with the wind. And Halter running all the way. Oh, he gets by one of the defensive linemen who slipped in the mud. Makes the first down inside the 30-yard line. That defender, Gordon, had him dead to rights, and he got his feet caught in the mud.
Right, great play by Holder. Not trying to do too much. Scramble, got the first down. Really a safe play, and keep the Scots drive alive here. Maybe get down and get their score, have some momentum going into halftime.
Just a little bit of, what do they call that, shake and bake, huh?
Right.
Okay, inside the 30, call it the 29-yard line. The Scots again, 1st and 10, 2:19 on the clock, so clock not really a factor. Halter gives it to Shepard up the middle, and Shepard fights off one tackle and off another, and then is brought down hard. One of the Wittenberg linemen very slow getting up there. That wouldn't have been bad, but he had Dustin Shepard pinned underneath him.
2 guys wallowing in the mud down there.
Pickup was a little bit shorter than I thought. And about the 26. Pickup of a couple, call it 2nd and 8. Reddick and Francis Cangeli to the bottom of your screen. Burns to the top. And this is again Shepard, and did not fool anybody. Clock continuing to run down to 120. There actually may have been a loss of a yard or 2 on that play. So it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 9.
Scots will have 2 plays here to get the first down, I would think, almost for sure. With be under a minute when they take the snap, and Wittenberg would have to go 70 or 80 yards anyhow. So.
Although Grangard, with the wind behind him, I don't know if they pick up a little bit of this, they might consider a field goal.
Right.
It's just on a normal day, I think they might.
Oh, sure. He's done a good job. Actually looked good on both extra points, really. He's kicked it pretty good. The snap and hold have been good.
Holder fumbled the snap, and now he's running well to the outside, and he did it again! He did it again! Bobbled the snap, made several Tigers tacklers miss him, and got the first down. What a remarkable young man this is.
Worcester's offense really has been nothing but Holder running today. He scored both touchdowns on that little little fake inside the Shepherd, and it ran around both ends, and then he's had these two big scrambles here. So the other time they really made it down on a punt return, so made it down almost to the end zone. So he's really doing a good job using his legs right now to keep the Scots offense going.
Well, we've got the Scots calling timeout, 35 seconds on the clock, and we will take a quick break and be right back. Again, you're watching college football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Life can be full of hazard. But buying tires doesn't have to be. Smetzer's Tire Center takes the hazards out of buying tires. You'll always get a hole-in-one with Smetzer's Tire Center. How do I know? Because that's where I get my tires at.
Toyotas are safe, reliable, and have great resale value. Just ask someone you know who drives one.
Hi, I'm Sage. I'm a salesperson here at Performance Toyota of Wooster. Toyotas are safe, dependable, and have a great resale value. Just ask me, I drive one.
Hi, my name's Mindy. I'm one of the service managers here at Performance Toyota of Wooster. Toyotas are the most reliable vehicles on the road. Just ask me, I drive one.
Test drive a Toyota at Performance Toyota of Wooster.
When you're looking for heavy-duty, high-performance farm, marine, industrial, or small engine parts and accessories, look to Orlo Auto Parts. They have what you need, along with custom hydraulic hoses and unique services like turning brakes and rotors, plus a machine shop for your convenience. The specialists at Orlo Auto Parts are experienced and knowledgeable and can answer your questions. Locally owned since 1955, Orlo Auto Parts has 8 convenient locations to serve you. Look to Orlo Auto Parts.
Here's your answer for all your agricultural, hardware, and turf needs. Mass Lefley on Old Route 30 East. They have a huge selection of farm equipment and livestock supplies. Mass Lefley is also a full-service hardware store, carrying a full line of tools, fasteners, paints, plumbing and electrical items, and clothing. And of course, Mass Lefley sells new and used quality lawn tractors. These are just a few of the many things you'll find at Mass Lefley.
Find the answers to your needs at Mass Lefley.
The clock is stopped now. 35 seconds left before the half. The Scots took time out, I think, to kind of decide what they wanted to do. That ball's at about the 17-yard line. Austin Holder looking downfield. He's got plenty of time. Throws it to wide open Mike Francis Cangeli for the touchdown. I'm not sure where he came from, but he was wide open. I think he came from the right side and went all the way across the field to the left.
He sure did, and that's a credit to the offensive line, giving him enough time to make that throw coming clear across the field. He was lined up on the right side, ran a little slant clear across the field, was wide open, like you said.
With the exception of maybe just once or twice in this first half, that offensive line for the Scots have done a remarkable job of giving Austin Holder the time he's needed to look downfield.
Nice throw by Holder there, laying it out, too, not trying to do too much.
Well, so the Scots, who were stung by that interception return for a touchdown, come back and score. Let's see if they can get the extra point. That one is good. So with 28 seconds left here in the first half, the Scots have taken the lead and added a little bit of padding with a 21-6 count.
It's also a lot of this is a big momentum change here after Wittenberg scored on that kind of a bad decision by Holder on that touchdown, interception return for a touchdown, and now they score here right at the end of the first half. Let's hope they can hold them here and not let them do anything crazy. And it's a lot easier to come out second half and weather like this when you have a lead than it is when you're behind.
It sure is. It's a nasty afternoon, although again the rain has stopped, but the wind has picked up and it is definitely getting colder here. Wittenberg getting ready for this return. 28 seconds on the clock, so they'll not only get the return but maybe a couple of plays, but they will be going into a pretty stiff wind. Let's see if maybe the Kevin Friedman tries his squib kick and tries to put it into the mud.
That's a good idea, John. Be tough to pick it up. going around the mud.
It's a low line drive kick, sliding all the way back to about the 10. Fielded on the 10. They're going up the far side of the field. And the Scots do a pretty good job of knocking the runner out shy of the 30-yard line. It's clock at 22 seconds.
I look for Wittenberg just to take a knee here. I wouldn't think they'd try anything too much. A fumble could really give the Scots another opportunity.
Well, that football they threw in from the sideline didn't make it to an official. So it hit the muddy ground, so the official threw it back, and now we're having to wait a moment until we get a semi-dry football out there for this last play. And it does look like perhaps that's what the Tigers are going to do, is take a knee. Andrew Durbin, the quarterback, is got a lot of friends there, and that's what he does. He takes the knee, and that will be it for the first half this afternoon. And as the two teams head for the locker room, the Fighting Scots are on top this afternoon by a score of 21-6. And as the teams head for the locker rooms, we'll take a break. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Are you ready for some bowling? Whether you're competitive or just want to hang out with friends, Wayne Lanes is the place for you. Bowling is a fun activity for all ages, and Wayne Lanes offers that and much, much more. Try your skill on regulation-size Brunswick pool tables. Play the fun games in the arcade. Test your putting on Wayne Lanes' challenging indoor miniature golf course. Book your next birthday or corporate party at Wayne Lanes and make it a memorable one. And don't forget Big Al's Pro Shop at Wayne Lanes.
Wayne Lanes, where the fun never ends. This is Bill Lake of Lake Auto Care, a local family-owned and operated business since 1995. Try our quick and convenient oil change, where you can receive a 14-point inspection, chassis lubrication, and top-off of all fluids, featuring up to 5 quarts of Valvoline or Pennzoil. Also, automatic transmission, radiator, and power steering flushes available on most vehicles. While you're here, don't forget to try our brand-new touchless automatic car wash. It'll make your car shine. For all your auto care needs, remember Lake Auto Care.
Your one-stop shop for unique t-shirt designs, team sports logos, and distinctive and funny promotional items is Expert Tees.
You'll always find a great selection of t-shirts for your viewing and wearing pleasure.
Expert Tees can take that favorite picture and transfer it onto almost anything.
Or enlarge it into a poster. Plus, they put custom wording and logos on shirts and hats while you wait.
Visit Expert Tees on the corner of South Market Street and South Street in downtown Worcester.
The area's premier source for custom window fashions and wall coverings for both homes and offices is Nancy's Draperies. From initial design to measuring to meticulous fabrication to guaranteed installation, Nancy's Draperies will help you create a unique finishing touch to enhance your living space. And if you have a room you don't want customized but still want a unique look, Nancy's Draperies has semi-custom, ready-made window treatments that are very affordable. Come visit our showroom at Nancy's Draperies.
we shift into a different style, that of 1940s big band era, with an original Stuart Link composition reflective of his great interest in the American jazz idiom. Please enjoy the swinging beat of Parade Blues. On behalf of the directors and the band members, we express gratitude to the 46 senior members of the Scott Marching Band who are performing for their last time today. Please join us in thanking them for their musical and personal contributions to Wooster's band program. Our performance continues as the band performs a Tom Wallace setting of Mussorgsky's Furious and Demonic Night on Bald Mountain.
Turn your company vehicle into a high-impact advertising machine with vehicle wraps from Sign Design. We can come up with a creative design, print it, and install the wrap so your message really gets around. No matter what type of vehicle, Sign Design can customize it into a mobile billboard, and it's affordable. Sign Design is also a leader for unique and versatile sign fabrications that will be in your budget but will exceed your expectations. Creating lasting images that will set you apart. That's Sign Design.
Florists set the mood for every room in your home or office. Reflect your imagination, personality, and individual style with the help of Martin Interiors. They offer a large selection of name brand carpeting, hardwood flooring, laminate floors, rugs, ceramic tiles, window treatments, wall coverings, and much more. Martin Interiors' experienced and knowledgeable staff can help guide you through the process of choosing what fits your lifestyle, taste, and budget, and then professionally install it.
The style you want is as close as Martin Interiors.
There are a lot of quality car dealerships in this area, so at Park Mazda of Wooster, we work extra hard to earn your business. To do this, we built a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Park Mazda offers the Hunter Diagnostic Rack, and we make sure to do the little things, cordial hello, and listening to you, so we can find a vehicle that best fits your needs. Test drive a different dealership experience. Park Mazda of Wooster, luxury care at affordable prices.
Did you know?
Tricor Industrial has a million types of nuts and bolts and other fasteners.
Did you know?
Tricor Industrial has state-of-the-art American-made power tools and hand tools.
But did you know?
Tricor Industrial has a large selection of plumbing, electrical, and home repair supplies.
Did you know?
Tricor has been in business for over 30 years.
And did you know?
Tricor Industrial is open to the general public.
Now that you know, check us out, Tricor, Worcester's best kept secret.
Okay, we're just about ready to start the third quarter of action here at John P. Papp Stadium on the College of Worcester campus. And it will be the Wittenberg Tigers kicking off, going right to left on your screen. Number 18 is Trevor Cochran, waiting for the whistle, and the ball blows off the tee, which certainly can happen in a windy situation like this. They'll probably give him one more shot, and then somebody will have to come up to hold it for him. That's usually the way it goes. There's the whistle again. That wind is really gusting. 21-6 is our score. Scott's on top. Kick is a short one, coming up and fielded by one of the up men for the Scots. And they should get great field position again, right around the 45-yard line. Oh, late little dance out there between one of the Scots and one of the Tigers.
Justin Achille again with the return. He's all pumped up again coming to the sidelines. He probably hasn't had a return his whole career. He had two in his last game as a senior.
The penalty goes against the Tigers, and so the Scots will tack on an additional 15 yards to what already was outstanding field position. Tigers are in disbelief. They
really are.
They didn't realize that there had been a penalty flag thrown, and now they're being pushed back. That is not the way Coach Joe Fincham would have wanted this to start at all.
Scots have had a lot of success headed this way from our left to right.
Yeah,
with the wind. I'd like to see them maybe put a couple more scores up this quarter, and I think it'll be pretty much over.
I'm surprised the Tigers didn't take the win for this quarter. This is Shepard going off right tackle and picking up a nice 5, maybe even more on a first down carry. And I mean, this sounds like a cliche, but boy, it's so important to get a good chunk of real estate on first down. It just makes your options so much easier, I think.
Even more so in these conditions, I think. First half, Holder led the Scots in rushing with 7 carries for 61 yards. That last drive, 2 real nice scrambles for first down. And we talked about it at half. The Scots have done a good job of 3 of 3 when they've been in the red zone, finishing off with touchdowns.
So critical. This is Holter hurdling over a man, getting into the 30. He needed to get down to about the 28, so it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 2. Ball is pulled away from Austin, but long after the whistle has blown. And, you know, I guess if you're the Tigers at this point, the defense will try to create something, so they probably will definitely be tackling the football, and pretty tough to hold on to that football here.
Right. They really got to get really concerns me about the snap from center, too, as the middle of this field just keeps getting muddier and muddier.
3rd and about 1 for the Scots. I would say they're definitely, though, in 4-down territory. Alter is not under center. And, boy, it looked like a jump. Football was fumbled, and Shepard falls on it. They did not flag the Wittenberg defense. So the Scots will be going for it on 4th down.
Makes it about 4th and 5.
I would say that Shepard made the right call, though, by falling on it. Some might say, gee, why didn't he just kind of scoop it up? But at this point, with the field position and all, you don't want to fumble that football and give it up to the Tigers.
No doubt.
It is, as you say, about a 4th and in a short 5. Call it 4.5, but it is 4th down. Alter, a shuffle pass inside to Mathis, and it comes up short. Oh, my goodness. No forward motion again. That official being pretty stingy on the forward motion. But it would not have given the Scots a 1st down. But I think they were closer to the 30-yard line than they are getting from the official. About the 32-yard line is where the Tigers will take over the football. And a nice attempt by the Scots, right, relatively safe.
Right, I like that play call. I really did like it. Usually that shovel pass works real well when you have a 3rd and 5.
Michael Cooper, still one of the few Tigers with a white jersey on there.
I just want to see somebody knock them down at this point, John.
Long count, a little bit of a hole in the middle, and it closed quickly. Nice job by the Scots closing it. Like maybe number 48, Steve Kustenborder, made the tackle, made the stop. Short gain on the play. You've got to give it to the Tigers. They have stayed with the running game. Of course, here again, they're going into the wind, which is going to make it tough for them to get much of a pass going in the 3rd quarter. This wind continuing to whip from the west, right across the field, left to right. 2nd and 8. Durbin back to pass, throws it to the opposite side. Nice catch made it, but maybe a loss or no gain on the play. Scott's doing a nice job reading that. Coming over very quickly, Jordan Ross, number 21, and he had some help as well.
Real nice catch by Trevor Luckenbill. He led the Tigers in rushing first half, 10 carries for 46 yards, and haven't seen Wilbur back in the game, John, so I'm starting to wonder maybe he got dinged up in the first half.
Could have been. Loss on the play of a yard or two, so call it 3rd and 10. Scots have a real great opportunity here to force a kick if they can keep the Tigers from picking up a 1st down. 4 receivers, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Quarterback going to run, breaks free, and wow, he may be just shy of the 1st down. I don't know. My guess is that they'll come and measure.
Just short.
It's close enough they're going to measure. I don't know.
He might have that. That is going to be close.
Kind of funny because he fell in almost a funny way.
Oh, they gave him a 1st down.
They did, without measuring.
Wow.
I'll be darned.
I think you got a real generous spot, too.
Yeah,
He started sliding.
I'm surprised that the Wooster bench didn't ask for a measurement prior to moving the stakes.
They're talking to the official about the spot.
Now, there have been some odd spots today. Short gain into the line as the Tigers continue to rush the football. Again, perhaps not wanting to pass because of this win. 3 interceptions thrown by Andrew Durbin in the first half,
right,
and all were critical.
Right, also just 3 of 13. He actually had 6 completions, but 3 were to the wrong team, so
yeah,
he's probably a little leery about throwing it right now.
Well,
I don't blame
now
him.
they do have another quarterback that they've used, this Matt Broomfield. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Trying to sweep to the outside. Nice job by the Scots there. Nothing doing. That's a play that had worked well in the first half for the Tigers, but the Scots able to shut it down.
Kustenborder again. He's really having a good game.
Looked like also number 4, Hector Clavijo, was over there. Hector coming out on this third down and long. Third down and about 7.
Third down and 7 for Wittenberg.
I don't know if Durbin has run much this year. The Scots don't seem to be too concerned about him. He did pick up that first down last time on a third and long. He's in the shotgun here on the third down and about 7. Scott's trying to put some pressure on him over the middle. Incomplete. Threw it behind the intended receiver, whose number is totally obliterated.
It's Luckenbill again.
Coming out of the backfield.
Situation for Wittenberg.
Well, let's see what kind of a punt Trevor Cochran can get off here, kicking right into the wind. Obviously, he'll try and keep it low. And number 14, Taylor Trout, is back standing on his own 20-yard line. He's had a fantastic return earlier. I believe that was almost 70 yards, wasn't it?
Right.
Scott's acting like they're going to bring the... And there's a low line drive, straight down the middle, people getting away from it. So it's about on the 31-yard line. Oh, now, if that official going to leave the ball there, that's not the right spot.
Well, he did leave it there.
That's not the right...
Oh, they're moving it. He's
okay,
moving
yeah. It was across the 30. Well, we're not in agreement this afternoon with all the spots of the officials. I guess that's where we'll leave it. Austin Holder under center, one of the few times we've seen that this afternoon. Gives it to Dustin Shepard, who breaks free, breaks a couple tackles. He's across midfield and finally brought down at the 45-yard line. What a nice run by the senior. Oh, and now a late flag.
There is a flag on the play.
Late flag.
Mike Reddick getting into it with a Wittenberg player. Looks like it's on Wittenberg. They're already backing up.
Dead ball personal foul against Wittenberg.
Yeah, it is. Boy, they've burned themselves twice on personal foul penalties.
On the penalty.
Scots didn't take advantage of the first one here to start the half. Let's see if they can take advantage of this one and go down and put some more points on the board.
Yeah, after the penalty, that ball is spotted right around the 30-yard line, and the middle of the field very quickly devoid of grass.
Official's trying to look for a dry spot, and he's coming up real empty right now. He's going to wait until they get to the line of scrimmage to set it down in the mud for him.
Yeah, it's right in a sea of mud right there at the 30. Austin Holder again under center, has trouble with the football. He's going to take it himself, and he makes the corner. Oh, late flag. Yep, going to cost the Scots. Yep. Too bad, because Austin Holder did a nice job after muffing the snap. He made the corner, cut up field, and picked up enough for a first down inside the 20. But now both teams have hurt themselves with penalties. 10 yards back will put it on the 40.
That was a good call right in front of the official. Tough to miss that one.
10-yard penalty gives the Scots a first and 20. Ball spotted at the Wittenberg.
Now, I guess if you're going to get one, certainly on first down gives you the best chance to go back and pick up that yardage. Scots have been able to move the football this afternoon on a very good defense. The Tigers, I think, probably are the best that the Scots have seen this year, with possible exception of Wabash. First and 20. Halter remaining under center, maybe because of field conditions and ball conditions. Shepard with the football goes right up behind his line, which does a nice job. And he got a good 5 yards on that play.
Wittenberg came in just allowing 13 points a game here in the NCAC, so Scots are already
surpassed that,
right?
On the stop for Wittenberg.
Clock at 7:36, so between the rushing of the Tigers and now the same of the Scots, a lot of clock being eaten up here in the third quarter.
Scots really need to get some points on the board right now, John, with only winning with a win for another half of the third quarter. I think they need to somehow find a way to get in the end zone here.
Well, Halter now back in the shotgun, but a little bit of confusion. And so the Scots have to burn one of their 3 second-half timeouts to get that straightened out. And while the two teams take a break, we will too. Watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Salmon Stan's Army-Navy store has everything from Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine gear. They have new and used stuff, and it's a family-owned business. Grown-ups love Salmon Stan's Army-Navy store, and so do kids. Salmon Stan's also have awesome camping supplies, too. How do I know so much about Salmon Stan's Army-Navy store? I'm Sam.
Come visit us at Salmon Stan's Army-Navy store in downtown Worcester for all your military gear.
Why is HD TV attracting so much attention? Because you see every detail in widescreen high resolution. And hear everything in clear digital sound. With over 15 free HD channels, you'll jump at the chance to sign up. Plus, adding DVR is the natural choice for total viewing control. Pause, rewind, and record live TV. Upgrade to a world of high-def possibilities and discover the convenience of DVR. Call Clear Picture today.
In a hurry? Jake's To Go is a great way to feed the family that's on the go. We have great platters like barbecued ribs, chicken fingers, wings, and a whole lot more. Jake's Restaurant is open till midnight, Monday through Saturday, and appetizers are half price after 9. Try our 10% Sunday. Bring your church bulletin in and receive 10% off your meal. And on Monday, kids eat free. Jake's Restaurant, always giving you a good reason to stop by.
You never know when or where those accidents might happen. For generations, Curly's Body Shop has been satisfying customers regardless of age. They know you want your transportation to look its best, and that's why Curly's has the latest high-tech equipment. It ensures exceptional collision repair and undetectable color matching.
I take my cars to Curly's Body Shop.
Family-owned and family-operated since 1958, Curly's Body Shop off State Route 250 on McCoy Road.
Okay, after the Scots timeout there to regroup, we've got a 2nd and 15 from the 35. Halter fakes the ball to Shepard, throws it down the field. Oh, the big tight end, number 80, John Mathis, unable to bring that one in. It was a nicely conceived play. The ball had plenty of banana in it, and John just couldn't make the catch.
Nice play fake, and then he came out in the boot, and Mathis trailed, and man, Holder delivered a real nice pass. Mathis has to make that catch for a first down.
Well, pressure again on the Scots on this 3rd down. 3rd and 15. Reddick to the bottom, Jordan Ferns and Francis Cangeli, and also Gus to the top of the screen. Boy, came close to a jump. Here's Austin Holder looking for some running room, and gets about to 7 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 8 or 9, but the Scots are in such a situation that they'll probably go for it. There's no use trying to punt from there. And a net gain would probably be very little on a punt from the 27-yard line.
About 29.
Yeah, you're right. They haven't put that football down, but yeah, it is closer to the 29.
Red lights on. That means you got that.
The air temperature continues to go down. I don't have any gloves on, and my hands are just a little bit chilly. And the Scots, confused a little bit, use their 2nd time out. Boy, you just don't like to see that. Excuse me, Dorn, while they take that break, I'm going to just take this opportunity to plug the event coming up tomorrow in conjunction with the Al Van Wee Rotary Classic basketball tournament. Tomorrow at the Timken Gymnasium here on the College of Wooster campus from 2 to 4 p.m. And by tomorrow, I mean Sunday afternoon. Boys and girls in grades 3 through 6 and their coaches can come to a youth players and coaches skill clinic And to get in, it is either a canned food donation or a $2 donation to get into this clinic, 2-hour clinic. There will be a session upstairs for the adult coaches and then downstairs for the kids in grades 3 through 6. It's become kind of an annual affair, and certainly want to encourage you to have your youngsters participate in that. And, of course, those canned goods go for a good cause, people-to-people ministry. Okay, here we are, 4th and 9. Scott's obviously going for it. Halter back to pass, goes down the middle, incomplete. And a late flag, no need to hit anybody. And Jordan Ferns was knocked down after the ball was on the ground, and that's a huge penalty against the Tigers.
That was a bad decision to hit him that far after the pass was thrown.
Yeah, the pass was on the ground, and he hit the player for no reason. That should be a first down. Yep, dead ball, personal foul.
It'd be Wittenberg's ball, though. After it'd be dead ball.
Okay. Yeah, the pass was already incompleted and on the ground. So that penalty will be marched off against the Tigers, and we'll have to wait and see exactly where they will start. Inside their own 20, that's for sure.
You start about the 14-yard line.
Yeah,
looks like.
Exactly. 6:09 left here in the third quarter as the Tigers are down 21-6.
Penalty gives Wittenberg a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Okay, under center, Andrew Durbin. See if they keep it on the ground. They're going against the wind. They do keep it on the ground. Scott's bringing down the ball carrier after a short gain.
Boy, Wilbur hasn't seen much action since about the first quarter, John.
No, I think that was Trevor Lukenbill, wasn't it?
Right.
Got a pretty good gain out of that when all was said and done. Close to 4 yards. Call it 2nd and 6. I didn't think he had that much yardage initially. Lukenbill stays in the backfield at tailback. Got a fullback there too. Now motion to the bottom of the screen. And they give it to him again. And this time the Scots are there. No gain, maybe even a loss of a yard on the play. The Scots putting their hands in the air, showing the official that they were letting up on the whistle.
Scots have to be smart. They kind of had a short whistle today as far as personal fouls go, and especially after the last one, Wittenberg bench wasn't happy with that call down in the end zone there, that late hit, and they're going to be looking for maybe a little makeup call. So Scots have to be careful and not be the second one to retaliate also.
Yeah, 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen on this 3rd and 6. Back to pass over the middle, incomplete, way behind the receiver. And Durbin does not look comfortable throwing the football at all. He looked like he was playing darts and trying to aim that football rather than throw it.
It's really hard to throw into the strong wind, too, for a freshman. He's probably maybe never played in a wind like this and cold, especially throwing right into the heart of it. And that's a big stop by the Scots. It makes a Wittenberg punter have to punt into this strong wind, and Scots will have about 4.5 minutes to possibly get a score here before the third quarter ends.
Trout's right at midfield, hoping that he'll get a chance. A high snap. Kick is a low line drive, just a short little kick. It's going to die. It never even got to the 40-yard line, about the 37, 38-yard line. So the Scots will start with outstanding field position. And again, a part of that is just the strength of the wind.
No doubt. You can't really tell up here in the warmth of the press box, but it must be very nasty. Trees across the way.
Did you say the warmth?
Warmer than they are, let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's not exactly shorts and Bermuda shorts and T-shirt weather up here with the windows open in front of us. But yeah, obviously it's better to be out of the wind.
I got plenty of insulation. I'm ready to hibernate, John. I'm pretty warm.
1st and 10 from the 37 for the Scots. That's Shepard going up the middle. Dustin, good second effort. He's very close to a first down. And boy, I'll tell you, they are in a quagmire, right in that area between about the 20 and the 35, in the middle of the field. It's just one big muddy mess.
It's by far the worst spot in the whole field. You look clear up and down the field, there's nothing even close to it.
Well, again, if there's a bright spot, it is the fact that the board of directors at the College of Wooster have decided that next year there will be artificial turf and lights. So I'm sure the grounds crew is probably pretty happy. They won't have to reseed this.
Right.
Or maybe they will for spring. I'm not sure. Scots go right up into the middle.
At the first down.
And it should be a first down. And a different back, number 34, the sophomore Andrew Ford, listed in our program as a tight end, but we know for the last few games he has been used in the backfield, as the Scots too have suffered some injuries and setbacks. Dustin Shepard, of course, needs a break every once in a while too. So the Scots pick up a first down inside the 30, about the 26-yard line. This is Shepard, who came back into the ball game, and he's down close to the 20-yard line. Updates on some other games. DePaul now on top of Wabash 23-0 at the start of the third quarter. Wesleyan and Allegheny tied at 7 apiece. Hiram on top of Overland 28-19, and Denison just on top of Earlham by a 12-10 score.
You mentioned some of these scores, John. The Scots do have a slight hope of maybe possibly getting in the playoffs. Otterbein plays at John Carroll today. If John Carroll were to beat Otterbein, Scots do have a chance. The only two teams they've been beaten by both are still undefeated, so that makes them look good on the resume.
Austin Holter, after that ball, that snap was fumbled, keeps the football, gets inside the 20, so it brings up a third in a short 4. And again, the Scots are in 4-down territory. Robert Flagg, the freshman, 22, comes into the lineup. He is not a big guy, but he's got good speed and has made some key catches in ball games this year. Listed at 5'7", 165. Out of Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Boy, I wonder what he thinks of a day like today.
He thinks he wishes he's playing Division III football in Florida, I'm sure.
He's in the slot to the left. Oh, Holder made a nice catch on that ball. Going to cut around the corner, leaned in, still probably 2 yards short of the first down. So he might have gotten a yard at best on that play, and it brings up a 4th down. I would have to say that was a planned run all the way by the Scots.
No doubt. Looks like they're going to try a field goal. Make it 3 scores.
That would be smart.
Right. Maybe some tough footing and a tough spot of the field here.
And Grandgard comes in. He will be the kicker. Logan Dunn will be the holder. They're a man shy now. They've got 9 seconds. They're going to have to use their last timeout. Yep, that's what they're doing. They're using their last timeout.
35-yard field goal.
Some of the fans not happy that the Scots didn't go for it, but like you're suggesting, Dorn, I think it's probably a wise move to, if they can kick that field goal. And of course the wind is behind them, so I don't think distance is the real concern. It's just the playing field as far as getting your footing and getting a good snap.
John, I'll let you know if it's a good move or not. He's been there in a minute here, see if he makes it.
Yeah, that's the way I like to gamble too. After the horse race is finished, I'll buy my ticket, huh?
Oh, I'm sure if he misses it, I'm going to say he should have gone for it. Just like the guy down front here that's been screaming.
Mm-hmm. Well, certainly we want to share with you fans out there the fact that we've enjoyed this ride this fall with the Fighting Scots, and hope you have as well, and that you'll continue to tune in here to Channel 22, the CPI Sports Network, as we do move indoors, and we'll be covering quite a bit of the Fighting Scots basketball season, and of course the high school basketball season as well, which will be starting in several weeks. And my gosh, they listen to that fan. They're going back, and they're going to run the football. And there's Shepard diving forward. Now it's all on the spot. All on the spot. I don't know.
Just kind of lost his footing there. I don't think he got it. Nope, they're not even going to measure.
Now these refs this afternoon either have eagle eyes or because of the cold, they're making quick calls and going with it.
Nobody's really complaining about keeping the game moving along either, John.
16-yard line.
A minute and 19 left in the quarter. That is all that the Scots will have the wind at their back. They will have the wind in their faces in the fourth quarter. We'll have to see how that plays out. But right now the Tigers have gotten another stop and get the football back, down 21-6.
It's kind of funny on both sidelines. Usually the players are all spread out. Well, on both sidelines they're huddled together, trying to keep warm the subs on the sideline.
Durbin gets the snap, gives it into the line, and the Scots are there. As the running game has not really worked that well for the Wittenberg Tigers this afternoon. But until the clock runs down and they've got the ball going west to east, I think they're going to have some trouble.
It's really too bad the Scots don't have timeouts left. They could use it here to make them punt in the wind. But unfortunately, Wittenberg's probably going to run here, and they'll get the punt with the wind from the other end.
Taking plenty of time in the huddle. Play clock down to 10 seconds as they break the huddle. They'll have to get set and get this play off in a hurry. Durbin under center. Now Durbin decides with only 2 seconds on the play clock that he needs to take time. And so he does with only 33 seconds remaining. And that might have been to the advantage of the Scots, although probably still not enough for a punt. Yeah,
I wouldn't think they'd throw anyhow. They'll probably run and just try and punt it on the other end. Also, like to let Kenny Fisher know we're missing him here and thinking about him. Nice to have a Gristle veteran here in the cold. I'd like to see his butt out here in the cold a little bit.
Well, I'm going to switch gears. I'm going back to that Al Van Wee Rotary Classic. The actual games of that tournament will be played next weekend, the 21st, Friday night, and 22nd. The first opponent for the Scots on Friday night will be Washington and Jefferson, and that would be at the 8 o'clock game. The 6 p.m. game will be Messiah against Randolph-Macon. And then, of course, depending if the Scots win, they will play in the championship game Saturday night at 8 o'clock, with the two losers playing at the 6 o'clock on Saturday night. But it certainly are three good teams coming in, so the Scots are going to have to work hard. And, of course, they've been, like any other college team, hit by graduations.
Right, they'll be real young this year, but they'll still do a good job, as they always do.
2nd and 8, hand off a running play. And going absolutely nowhere was the back for the Tigers. And again, not trying to shy away from calling names, but it's very difficult to see any numbers out there.
Good play by Matt DeGrand, kind of coming from behind, out blitzing from the outside.
That will be the last play of the third quarter.
Okay, so at the end of 3 here at John P. Papp Stadium on the College of Wooster campus, it is the Wooster Fighting Scots 21, the visiting Wittenberg Tigers 6. And as you can tell, the fans are yelling and screaming and hooping and hollering, doing anything to keep warm. And we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the fourth quarter action, watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Many people buy a house and renovate it.
People buy a classic vehicle and renovate it.
Even churches, like Central Christian, will renovate to serve their congregation better.
And yes, even people themselves sometimes need to renovate their lives. Come and let Central Christian Church help you make things new with our many ministries that will meet your individual needs and your family's needs. Central Christian Church, helping people restore, revamp, and rejuvenate their lives. Central Christian Church on North Market Street, across from Bueller's downtown, keeping Christ central.
They say the more things change, the more they stay the same. We've changed our name to Spurgeon Chevrolet and made lots of changes to give our customers the best in service, selection, and price. But one thing will never change. That's our commitment to you, our customer.
Visit Spurgeon Chevrolet opposite the Wayne County Fairgrounds in Wooster, or visit them on the web at SpurgeonChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Academic achievement, championship athletics, long-standing rivalries,
Noteworthy traditions. A legacy of leadership and equity for all sports. The North Coast Athletic Conference. Building tomorrow's leaders through academic and athletic excellence.
Stir up some savings with internet service from your hometown connection. Clear Picture. Enjoy reliable high-speed internet at an unbelievably low price. Call today to see how much you can save by switching to Clear Picture. Take a refreshing break from your current provider. Get local technical support, IT guys, home service assistance, and an always-on connection. Get economy high-speed internet at a sweet low price. Call 330-345-8114 today for details.
Welcome back to John P. Papp Stadium. As we start this fourth quarter, we've got a 3rd and 7. Kind of a key play. The ball was on the ground. Quarterback trying to run the football. Everybody slipping and sliding. And the Scots have him at about the line of scrimmage. Wow, that gave you an indication of just how slippery it's got. That's almost like an ice skating rink out there.
It really was, that play. It really was.
I don't know if you've all heard of broom ball, but broom ball is something you play on the ice, kind of like hockey, but in your tennis shoes, and you'd think maybe you could get some traction, but I've been out there, and I'll tell you, you can look pretty silly.
I would love to see you out there doing that, John. I bet there's a lot of viewers that would have the same sentiments, too.
I'm sure. Can
we get a camera out there next time, Mark?
Sure. Cochran kicks another low-line drive. Trout grabs it up to midfield, crosses midfield, and boy, he's buried on the far side of the field. Wittenberg covered that well. Taylor Trout, who had one super beautiful return here earlier in the game in the first half, is buried there after a short return, 8 to 10 yards.
I really enjoy watching him return. He gets up the field. He doesn't dance around. He does a great job, especially for a freshman.
He's running north and south, and I think that's so important. Too many guys spend so much time east and west. Okay, it's 1st and 10 for the Scots. I think if nothing else, they'd like to eat as much clock as possible here in the fourth quarter. This is Dustin Shepard. Wow, running hard, but running into just a sea of what used to be white jerseys. Kind of a mud brown right now. Got a couple, going to call it 2nd and 8. Mike Francis Cangeli, one of the wide receivers, coming in with the play on a 2nd and 8. And again, I'd almost be surprised, especially with the win, but with the situation this way, to see the Scots go to the air.
The Scots have really dominated this game statistically after 3 quarters with 13 first downs to just 9 for Wittenberg, and the yardage as well. They have 60 more yards than Wittenberg.
Shepard again on the carry, getting a nice gain there, going off right tackle, and he's shy by about 1.5 yards of the first down. Scots need to get just inside the 40-yard line, and the spot should be at about the 41.
Shepard now with 17 carries for 84 yards, so he's kind of climbing up on the 100-yard mark. Just 15 more yards, and they'll have 100.
Well, he's had a great career. Of course, it's been hampered throughout with different injuries, but he has fought through them. He really is a profile in courage and what he's been able to do. 3rd and 2, let's call it, for the Scots. Oh, certainly looked like Wittenberg jumped. They're not going to call it. Shepard gets the first down, still on his feet. They're going for the football now. The flag was thrown. And it certainly, I believe, is going to be offside against the Tigers, but I think it would be declined by the Scots. Nice hard count there by Austin Holder. Apparently drew some overeager Tigers offside.
The Scots will take the result of the game.
It's hard to get that flag out of your back pocket with numb fingers, John. He couldn't get that thing pulled out of there.
I can appreciate that even up here.
33-yard line.
You're getting soft, John.
I guess so. 1st and 10 for the Scots. The ball inside the 35, down at about the 33-yard line. Scots not only would like points, but they're certainly interested in taking as much time off the clock. Still showing a little over 12 minutes. 12 minutes and change. Shepard into the line. Boy, he's been a workhorse this afternoon.
I think he'll be riding that workhorse here the whole way down.
Yeah.
Down to the end of the game.
Don't really have much in the way of experienced backs. A number of young kids that will in years to come be the stars, but well, somebody's getting a break.
Shepard is trying to wipe off. He's in mud.
Yeah, he's just covered
in mud.
Yeah, Dustin coming out. Ford comes in, number 34. Andrew Ford, he's just a sophomore. And again, he was listed at the beginning of the season as a tight end. Halter dropped the football coming out from under center. And wisely just falls on it.
He needs to do the same thing. He's going to come over and try to get a towel as well.
From about the 20 to the 20, all the way through the middle of the field, it's just a sea of mud. You need to get to the outside to even find grass. And I'll tell you, before the game this afternoon, I looked out on that field and say, boy, it is really in good condition going into the last game of the season. A lot of grass out there, but they have really torn it up here on a very muddy day. 3rd and 11 for the Scots. Halter back to pass, throws a little screen over the middle. It's complete, but hit immediately. And everybody, I think, in the crowd was holding their breath as that ball was up in the air for about, 45 minutes, wasn't it?
Oh, wow. He threw a floater up there for the screen. Looks like the Scots are going to go ahead and punt here from the 30, about the 31.
Well, what do you do? Pooch kick or what? Kevin Friedman is coming in.
I'm not so sure he can't almost punt this the whole as hard as he wants to, as strong as this wind is.
Well, Kevin could also probably run. It wouldn't really hurt him to have him run.
Right, true.
Got a kick for the corner. That's what he's doing. No, he kicks it too far. Robert Flagg tried to get down there and boot it back, but with no success.
That's tough to do. Judge how hard to punt it into this wind.
So the ball will come out, back out to the 20-yard line. And the Tigers will take over. Under 10 minutes remaining. And the Tigers do need 2 scores. 9:51 on the clock. You know, we go back to the Scots trying to pick up that first down just a few minutes ago when initially they were thinking about a field goal. I hope that does not come back to haunt them. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Wittenberg will have to get a 2-point conversion somewhere along the way, too, to tie this thing up.
Back to pass. There's the bomb, and it's incomplete.
Just threw that a little bit too early. The receiver wasn't quite out of his pattern yet. It's a down, out, and go, and he threw it a little bit too early.
Yeah, Brian Albany was in the neighborhood, but Brian was kind of turned around and could have been beaten if that pass had been a little bit better, but not knocking him. Andrew Durbin's just a freshman, but he's had some trouble today with the accuracy on his passing. Again, a win can really play tricks, though, with you. In this case, they got it to their back.
Right, he's 4-17 for the game so far, like we said before, with 3 interceptions. He really has struggled.
2nd and 10, snap is low, he's in trouble, he's running, he can't even think about throwing the football, and he's brought down inside the 10-yard line. You know, again, not knocking him, but I think as a freshman, he decided just to take off and run after that fumble. If nothing else, get to the outside and throw it away.
Right, he had a receiver down here at the bottom of the field. If you just throw that up into the crowd, it's easy for us to say up here and sitting back in our chairs, but somehow, and Holder did that earlier in the game as well. He did. Throw that away, just need to eat it.
3rd and 20. Scots playing a little soft. Looks like they're only going to rush 3. Everybody else kind of playing out. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen, and they're going to run it up the middle. So they don't even go for the really for the first down. That was not a 20-yard run play. A little surprised by that.
Yeah, me too, especially being down 2 scores with, just 8.5 minutes left.
Well, it sure says to me, if I'm a coach for the Scots at this point, hold on to the football. Don't beat yourself with mistakes. Taylor Trout has done a wonderful job, but even Taylor, I want him to cover both, ends of the ball, both points of that ball as he tries to bring it back. Oh, high snap. Kick is away. Good kick. Trout grabs it at about the 46, crosses midfield, and still on his feet, and goes down at about the 47-yard line of the Tigers. So the Scots will start with great field position, and 8:08 on the clock.
Well, I'd say right now is the time you want Dustin Shepard, the senior, to have the ball in his hands. His last game, probably here for sure. If they're lucky enough to get in the playoffs, I doubt if they'd be able to host, but the last game for sure, might as well give it to the senior, a sure-handed senior, and let him get his last carries here in front of the home crowd.
Absolutely. The adrenaline's got to be flowing in that young man after a great career. Austin Holder goes under center. I'm sure it's a little bit easier for him. And he's going to carry the football. He looked down at John Mathis, but John was well covered. And so that was definitely a smart move to just tuck it under and run. He's taken a minute on the sideline to get some of that mud off as he slid into that quagmire, which is called the sideline.
Most important thing he did there was stay in bounds. He's real close to going out of bounds. He did stay in bounds, so the clock's still running with just over 7:30 left.
Scots go back to the shotgun on a 2nd and 12. Austin lost a couple of yards. That's Dustin Shepard. No, that's Austin Holder again, making the corner down the sidelines. Oh.
Austin Holder on the keeper.
Boy, we had kind of one of the Tigers jump on that pile a little late.
Carries it down to the...
And he picks up a first down, Austin Holder does, for the Scots. Every first down certainly helps eat time off the clock, and certainly is an ally, that scoreboard clock of the Wooster Fighting Scots right now.
The Scots haven't scored yet in the second half, but they've had the ball almost the whole second half. They've really dominated the ball. That Tiger defense has got to be sick of being out there and tired of being in the mud.
This is Shepard, breaks a tackle, and is actually thrown forward by a couple of the Tiger defenders as they wrestle him down.
A couple of the Wittenberg Tigers, you can't even tell they have a weight. It's all brown. You can't even really see their numbers.
I'm sure that they will want to shower before they head back to Springfield today. In fact, the bus driver probably wouldn't even consider letting them on the bus the way they are now. They've got quite a bit of Worcester College mud all over those uniforms.
It's just nice from our perspective to maybe be sending them home with a loss, John.
2nd and 5. Shepard again into the line. He is, I think, got a first down. They've not measured it all today.
They're not measuring this one either. They already signaled.
Officials must have made an agreement before the game that they weren't going to take any time to measure. They were just going for the first downs.
For sure at halftime, when the temperature dropped about 20 degrees, they decided that.
1st and 10, and again, each time the Scots pick up a first down, they eat more clock. Clock down to 5:50. We are under 6 minutes left in this ball game. 21-6 is our score, and the Scots are marching. This is Ford with the football, holding on with both hands, cradling that, like my cohort said, with like a piece of pizza, not sharing it with anybody. Now, I'm so old-fashioned, I would have said cuddling a teddy bear myself, but...
I'd rather have a Coach House pizza than a teddy bear.
Understand. Pickup was only about a yard, call it 2nd and 9, but again, a part of what's going on here is eating and milking that clock for as much time as they can. 2nd and 9. Shepard behind quarterback Austin Holder. Dustin playing his last regular season game. Going to get the football again. Goes off left tackle. Breaks free. Oh, he's about a yard short of the goal line. What a nice run by the senior. He picks up a first down, another first down in the process.
I really want to see him get the score here, John. His last game he hadn't scored yet today. I really want to see him give it to him, even if it has to be 3 times. Give him a chance to get in the end zone here.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Coach Schmitz might run him all 4 if need be.
Yeah, sure.
And you know that offensive line would like to give him that touchdown as well.
He's deserved it. He's gone the whole way down the field this possession too himself almost. So give him the ball here.
I'm going to look at the left side. It seems like they're pretty close. Nope. Dustin looks like maybe he's running out of gas on that play.
I lost a yard on that one.
Dustin Shepard on the carry.
It was a little slow developing.
There's some penetration in the backfield. He couldn't get anything going.
I think everybody was looking for it. I don't know, maybe you have to use Austin Holder keeping the ball as he's done so well for 2 other scores earlier today.
Right.
But again, the score actually isn't as important as eating the clock up. Under 4 minutes now left in the ball game. Second and about 4 for the Scots for the score. This is Shepard going off right tackle.
Ooh, might be a hold.
Flag on the play by the referee.
Shepard again on the carry. There's a flag.
It is holding against the Scots. Be interesting to see. I suppose the Tigers will take the penalty.
Sure they will. No doubt.
Scots will get the second down back again, but they'll be out at about the 14-yard line. I know the temptation would be to throw the football, but I don't want to hear that.
No, an incomplete pass will stop the clock as well. I'm sure it'd be tempting to maybe throw that middle screen or maybe run a boot with a tight end underneath.
Well, let's see if Austin Halter tries to at least roll out and find some grass on the outside of the field.
Might have to roll up the hill over by the baseball stadium and find that.
Find the grass? Well, that might be true. They have done a great job of tearing up the middle of this football field today. Halter back in the shotgun formation on this 2nd and 14. But Shepard's got the football, and he's inside the 10. Goodness, is that a muddy mess in there.
Dustin Shepard on the carry.
It's starting to get hard to tell which team's which.
It truly is. Except for the white helmets as opposed to the black helmets.
Right. Almost looks like some of the Wittenberg players have mud camo on right now.
Under 3 minutes now, clock at 2:50 and continuing to run down on this 3rd and 9 for the Scots. And again, although it would certainly be nice to score and you'd like to see Dustin Shepard pick up the touchdown today, the eating up of the clock is much more important. This is Halter with the football. He did it again. He did it again. He did it again.
Same play 3 times today.
That's unbelievable to me.
It is unbelievable. He scored on that play from 9 yards the first time they had the ball, 11 yards, and now 7, I believe, on the last one. Same play all 3 times. Good for him.
Well, that was a score that really, I think, puts it away. People are letting out that big, deep sigh of relief. And you know, that is a compliment, really, to the Wittenberg Tigers and the fact that you just are so fearful of them and their program that you never feel enough of a lead is enough to count them out. But that touchdown pretty much puts it away with 2:27 on the clock. Dan Grandgard in to kick the extra point, and it's blocked. Big scrum for the loose football. But with 2:27 and a 27-6 lead, the Scots have pretty much put this away and will close out a regular season at 8-2 today. Right now, as the 2 teams get ready for the kickoff, we will take another break. You're watching College of Wooster football right here on the CPI Sports Network.
Wooster United Methodist Church invites all.
Invites all to glorify God.
To glorify God through discipleship.
Through discipleship in an active Christian community.
In an active Christian community.
Come join us this week as we worship, learn, and grow together at Wooster United Methodist Church, corner North Market and Larwell in downtown Wooster.
You know Wayne Health Services is the right choice for home medical equipment and supplies. The other reason we are the right choice is our people. Wayne Health Services has licensed practical nurses, registered respiratory therapists, and experienced, helpful technicians who are friendly and courteous. You can expect prompt, efficient patient care from Wayne Health, including 24/7 emergency service. Wayne Health Services and Supplies, specializing in healthcare products and services to help aid recovery.
Why did you choose Hallmark Carpet?
Why? Because they have a great selection. But when they came to install my new carpet, they moved the furniture out of the room, they took away all the old flooring, and they did a great job of installing the new carpet. They even put the furniture back.
Wow.
In fact, Halmar's here doing our kitchen flooring right now. They even took the appliances out, and when they're done, Halmar will put them back.
Hallmark Carpet sounds great. Do they do dishes too?
Halmar Carpeting in Marshallville.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, sweetie.
Check this out. Chicken wings. I love you.
Remember Nagy's for all your collision repair needs.
Welcome back to John P. Papp Stadium, where Kevin Friedman getting ready to kick off now with 2:27 on the clock, and the Scots up 27-6. Kevin, nice kick down the middle, taken in the mud, coming right up the middle. One of the backs for Wittenberg, and he's brought down at about the 45-yard line.
Matt Carlson with the special team stop.
Some of the Scots fans down below, I think, really beginning to let this sink in and to celebrate.
This is a big win for the Scots. Wittenberg joined the NCAC in 1989, and they were 17-2 against the Scots up until today. So, you know, wins have been hard to come by against Wittenberg for the Scots.
They have, yeah, they've had a dominating program. Durbin's still in, getting the experience this afternoon. Back to pass now, and he's in trouble, and he didn't throw it away. He just took the sack.
Back to pass is sack. Back to sack. Durbin.
This is a game the seniors remember for the rest of their lives too, John. A great way to close out home stadium here, and like you said earlier, last game on grass here.
Last game on grass. I'll tell you, both teams have a lot of souvenirs on their They got some of the real turf on their uniforms. Second and about 25, loss of a good 15. Durbin, the snap is low. Going to try and throw a screen pass out to his senior receiver. That's Williams. Williams coming up the near sideline. Pushed into the mud. Shepard helps him up. Boy, truly, it is a sea of mud.
Oh, man. It looks like there's grass out there, but I just think it's green painted on top of mud right now.
It's third and still about 14, even after that little screen pass. Well, you certainly like the way that the Tigers are not giving up. But the clock says 1:28, and they're going to run out of time shortly. Another dribbler back to the quarterback, and he's going to run the football, and he is brought down. Nice shoestring tackle, looked like number 13, Derek Stein got him. Or excuse me, is that 13? I can't tell. That may not have been number 13. I'll tell you, so many of these uniforms are pretty muddy. 4th down and 11. The Tigers going. The snap again low. Quarterback shot putted that down the middle. Intercepted by the Scots. Oh, hard tackle.
Matt DeGrand.
I don't think Matt cares. He got popped pretty good, but he got the 4th interception. I believe that's the 4th interception of the day.
Right.
On that shot put by Andrew Durbin. That's exactly what it looked like.
He really did shot put that. You could tell he had no chance at all of throwing an actual spiral. Almost threw that from his ear, John.
48 seconds on the clock.
We got a score from the Otterbein-John Carroll game. Scots could be helped if John Carroll could knock Otterbein off. It's 14-7, Otterbein leading in the 3rd quarter right now. So maybe we can hope for a little rally for John Carroll.
Scots out on the field offensively. Dustin Shepard still at the tailback position, but it looks like the Scots are only going to take a knee, and we've got our 2nd-string quarterback, Chad Parker, in the game. And that's class.
Right,
that's class.
no doubt.
We're not trying to go for any more points. Just taking the knee.
Victory formation always feels good, John. In the game, could take a knee.
34 seconds. Probably need to take the knee one more time and call it a ball game. Well, we want to thank Coach Mike Schmitz and the Wooster Fighting Scots for really an outstanding ride this season. We've enjoyed being here and televising these games. And what a season. 8-2, runners-up in the North Coast Athletic Conference to the champion Wabash team. Still 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. There's the ball game. 27-6, the final score of the Wooster Fighting Scots beating the Wittenberg Tigers this afternoon. Doran, any wrap-up comments?
Just an outstanding season. I think for the Scots, only 2 losses came to Case Western earlier in the year, and then they lost to Wabash about 3 weeks ago. Both teams undefeated. Outstanding. Certainly no shame in losing to 2 undefeated teams, and the rest of the field they've taken care of it. Good 2nd place finish, and maybe with some luck we could have a playoff game and head and watch the Scots play in the playoffs.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed, but again, if it ends up as it is at the moment, that would still be a fine season. 8-2 for the Wooster Fighting Scots, 6-4 for the Wittenberg Tigers. For myself, John Hevlin, for Doran Braun, for our cameraman Jeff Davis, and our producer director Mark Lasko, thank you for being with us. Good night.
Local football action on CPI Sports, brought to you by Worcester United Methodist Church, Nagy's Collision Specialist, Wayne Health, Halmar Carpeting, Wayne Lanes, Expert Tees, Nancy's Draperies, Central Christian Church, Sign Design, Jake's Restaurant, Salmon Stands Army Navy Store, Curly's Body Shop, Martin Interiors, and J. Michael and Associates Insurance.
was my parents. And my dad worked, they were married, my mom worked part